us. We are streaming for Jasper's Game Day, where we'll be donating to that charity. During the course of the game, if you wish, you can go down to the donation link that is listed in the middle of the screen here and donate in to have all sorts of fun and interesting things happen. Some of the interesting things that you can donate for, you can donate to have a inspiration given to one of our players, who I will be introducing here in a moment. And then you can also donate to have them find a healing potion because, stuff happens. Or because of the fact that Zombie Joe just loves his wild magic surges, you can donate to have a wild magic surge happen. Just happen. Because chaos is all sorts of fun. Um, the You'll see the amounts listed inside of the chat window here. That is a total of $10 to grant inspiration to one of these fine players here, $25 for a wild magic surge, or $25 for a healing potion. It just depends on if you want to make the players happy or the DM happy. So, with that said, welcome, and we are going to be working here with a group of players. I am Zombie Joe, organizer for Gamehole Con and other cons in the region for Adventurers League. This is not an Adventurers League game, which means I get to have a lot more fun with these folks. And then we'll just go down my screen here and introduce the players. So why don't we start with Farnus? Introduce yourself and your character.
Hi, I'm Lauren Urban. I'm the community manager for D&D Beyond, and today I'm going to be playing Farnus. I'm a Furbolg cleric. I'm here to help heal you and also offer you some hot sauce.
Excellent. All right, next I see on the screen there would be Melody.
Hi, I'm Melody. I am playing Helga the Huggable, and I am a dwarf barbarian who just wants to hug people, but no one will hug me because I'm wearing spiked armor. I personally love D&D and am playing with my fiance, Eric, and we're part of No Holds Barred and in love with Jasper's Game Day, so that's why we're here. And I'm excited to smack people around with my spiked armor. So,
all right, and next on the screen I see Megan.
Yeah, so I'm Megan Duffy, and I'm playing Millie. Millie is a 422-year-old deep gnome. She is a rogue. She is a thief. She loves to steal stuff. Don't trust her. She's also kind of over it because she's been doing this a long time. And she just likes to cause trouble and doesn't really care. So good luck, guys.
Excellent. All right, and then we will skip across to Eric.
Hi, I'm Eric. I am the director of events for Jasper's Game Day. You've likely seen my mug around some of the streams already this week. And I am so excited that we have partnered not only with Fred Raiders, but also Daddy Warbucks. And tomorrow we've got MTD Jake doing some more streams for us. Plus Adam is doing a con concurrently with all of this yesterday, today, and tomorrow. So thank you, everyone, for participating in some way, shape, or form, or multiple ways, shapes, and forms. I'm playing
Sir Theophilus Danforth Pemberton III, legendary dwarven explorer, Lord Bard, and
generally, I don't know, a curmudgeon of sorts.
All right, and last but not least, we have got our Kenku. Mr. Wade, you're up.
Hey everybody, this is Dwight. Dwight Wade over from over at MTD. I'm the lesser half of MTD. Been involved with Jasper's for a couple of years now. This was my first real year getting involved. Jake and I produced the game week back in May. Really excited to get a chance to just play some games and hang out this week. So I'm playing his sir. He's a Kenku sorcerer. And he's not real good with people, but he loves them. He loves them a lot. So let's play.
Awesome, excellent. All right, so we are going to be playing a modification of something that was written up for a past event here. So strap on in. It's going to get a little weird, but hopefully it'll turn out being fun in the end. So the group of you have been making your ways across the seas, and you have found yourself traveling to a far off land for most of you, known as Chult. You come to a port city of Port Nyanzaru, where you are greeted by the sight of a variety of different types of textures, colors, scents, and creatures. If you have not been here before, you will stand in awe of the various dinosaurs that go walking down the street as used as pack animals, or in some cases as riding animals. You will also see the fact that you're dealing with a much warmer climate than you're used to. If you happen to be wearing, heavy armor or say spiked armor, you might find yourself a little toasty in this jungle tropics. But as you step off the boat and you make your way into the port city, you'll notice all of the merchant booths that are kind of set up right around the ports. Very similar to what you might see in any sort of cruise ship port city here in the real world, but with a little bit more of the magical flair to it. And you can find yourself looking at them, and you're trying to make your decisions as to what you're going to do. You're adventurers at heart, after all. You came here with just some guarantees of hordes of undead to fight, strange creatures the likes of which you've never been seen before, magic in some cases if you are of the magic casting variety. There's some hidden magics here that have been lost to the mainland world for generations. Plus, there's a huge, bountiful jungle to explore. And as you're getting close to like an inn or something that has a relative sense of security for you, you watch, or you come towards the kind of courtyard area, which has got large trees outside of it. And as you step into the courtyard, heading towards the inn, you watch as a crease happens inside of one of the trees, and it splits open, focusing in with a bright green light, and a large turtle steps out of it. And what you at first thought was a large turtle, you now notice is a bipedal creature with hands, carrying a staff, walking on its hind legs. You may have heard of a tortle, which is a turtle-like humanoid. As he steps out and walks into the courtyard and sees the group of you standing there and says, "Oh, greetings. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to startle you. You don't look like you're from around here. Are you new to our shores?"
Just want to be clear, I was not startled.
You didn't look like it. I could tell. You have a more seasoned look about you.
What's that supposed to mean?
It means that you look like you can handle yourself and wouldn't be scared or shocked easily.
All right, I'll accept that.
Oh, very good. Very, very good. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Clothrus. I'm a speaker of my people. I lead a village far to the north of Chult here, and I was just stepping through looking for assistance, and you look like you are a hardy group of adventurers that are looking for you're looking for possibly some adventure to behold, or at least a reason to go gallivanting about in the jungles.
Well, there, shell friend. I'm here because of my previous failed expedition to Chult. Ended in, well, there's no other word for it but disaster. So I'm here to set things right, and I've accompanied these fine folk here to Port Nyanzaru. So yes, a job that you have for us, especially if it's a well-paying job, I'm interested.
Yeah, how much are you gonna pay us? That's all that matters to me. I just want to know, is this gonna be worth my time?
Well, I tell you what, let's why don't we go inside, have a seat? I'll buy you all a drink, and we can discuss the specifics. How does that sound?
I want 2 drinks, and then we got a deal.
I think that can be arranged.
All right.
And so he opens up the door for you, and you walk in. And as you step into this is kind of an adobe kind of thatched building. It's brightly painted on the inside, and the windows are literally just like holes in the wall. They're finished, but there's no glass, there's no shutters or anything like that. It is very open air, which as soon as you step in, you're very thankful for, because it is very stuffy in here. And you watch as there's little bits of what looks like maybe crystal or something like that are perched up in the corners here, and they seem to be blowing out small gusts of wind every so often that keeps air circulating in here. It seems very odd and a very gratuitous use of magic maybe, but it does keep it pleasant. Clothris offers you a table and calls up to the barkeep and orders a round of drinks with extra drinks coming on the way. And so he tells
what's
you,
the special here at this inn? What's your speciality?
oh, well, if you've not been here before, there's a very special drink. They take a very seasoned rum that they do, and they mix it with a variety of the jungle fruits here. It is quite tasty. It's a little sweet if you don't like anything sweet, but it does have a nice, still can have that slight taste of the rum inside of it. Otherwise, there is some just straight up rum that can be drank. That is quite tasty as well.
That's what I want. The stronger, the better.
I'll take a jungle juice, thanks.
I will have one as well.
One of each for me.
All right. And as the drinks are coming, he will tell you, so as to our business, I have come here looking for people to aid us in a task of great importance that will hopefully have pay that is equivalent in nature. You see, the turtle race, we are not that far removed from our most ancient ancestors, and the fact that we still have locations where eggs are deposited for gestating and before being hatched and becoming much like we are now.
Yeah, circle of life. We get it.
Yes. Well, one of these such spawning ponds has been having some issues with it, and it looks like it has become tainted by some type of an unknown magic. And unfortunately, with my status as the speaker, I am prevented from entering into that area to investigate what has happened. All I know is that the last time a pair of turtles made their way down from the spawning pools, they were quite erratically changed and have been isolated for their own safety and for the safety of others. So we want to resolve this as quickly as possible. So if you would be willing to make your way up the mountainside to the spawning pool, investigate what has been occurring there, and if you can possibly alleviate the issue, well then that would be most acceptable. And if not, if you could return with as many of the eggs as possible, so that we can bring them to another location for their safety.
Well, enough faffing about with the details of the job. Well, I still haven't heard how much we're getting paid. You see, my good lad, we're in it for the coin.
I would like to put forth that it would be better if we find out all of the details so that we can adequately negotiate for a price that would make a lot of sense. What
My
has
time
happened?
is very valuable. If I'm not going to be paid very well, then why should I continue listening to the details?
Also, we want half up front.
What has changed?
I like
with...
the cut of your jib.
I really like the jungle juice.
Oh lordy.
Well,
Yes.
this is what
I
happens
want- I
when you
want one
walk out of.
those. I want one of those also. Sorry, I'm gonna drum jungle juice. You look delighted by it.
Hisser is just like clutching onto his glass, staring at this turtle like he's never seen one in person before until now. And he's just absolutely fascinated. And then the mention of unknown magic, his eyes just bug right out of his head. He's just enthralled, but not really saying anything.
That one, he's easily impressed.
Yes. Yes, you were about to say something there. I will not say your name because you haven't given me your name yet. But Farnes, you were about to say something.
Well, I wanted to know what happened to these turtles. You said they came out changed. In what way?
There was a strange power that was almost leaking off of them, and it was causing erratic effects, almost as if they had been steeped in some sort of power that was not being contained by them. It seemed quite dangerous, and at least in one portion, in the hut that they were being kept in, it caught fire and started to burn down.
Are we able to speak to them?
Well, normally I would say sure you couldn't speak with them, but as I said, that they have been just hatched. They have not, in fact, they're not quite at the part of being able to speak yet. We do get to the point of language very quickly and with our people, but not quite that quickly.
Okay.
But as for payment, and he brings out a small pouch, and he puts out 4 very bright red gems. If you wish to be paid half up front, you can consider this the first half of your payment. I've got a similar set of gems back at the village that would cover the second half should you be able to complete this assignment. And in addition, should you be able to resolve the issue and bring back the sanctity of that spawning pool, well, we've got a couple of very fanciful artifacts that we have recovered from the jungle that might be of interest to you.
Hold on, there's 4 gems.
5.
5.
1 for each.
I feel like I need 2 gems.
Ooh,
Does that mean you're going to be doing double the work?
Means I need 2 gems.
Well, I plan on doing 1/5 of the work, and so I will take 1 gem. Also, I would be very interested in any of the local flora that you could tell me about. I'm here mostly to find out some more peppers for my ingredients for back home. So I would definitely be interested in taking that as payment instead for the second half.
we do have gardens in the village that I would be happy to walk you through and show you some of the vegetables, herbs, and the like that are native to this jungle.
Oh, that would be wonderful. Once we're done with your mission, then yes, I will take you up on that offer. This will be fascinating.
And as for a further payment, this is what I have brought with me, but I will take that under consideration, and maybe we'll have a little bit of extra on the back end.
You know what you can do for us right now? You bring us 1 of everything on your menu. We're hungry. We gotta fuel up if we're gonna go on this adventure for you.
Well, I think a meal is very appropriate.
Are there wings? Are there wings? If there's wings, bring like 3 orders of those, because that's my favorite.
There's definitely
Hisser just stares a hole right at Millie. Just kind of.
Yeah, well, at least she has
Hisser's
wings
just
and not
like-
turtle soup.
Nice to have wings, huh?
So he's like, yes, there are in fact wings, and so he motions up to the innkeeper, and they send over a server, and he orders up a buffet of all of the various eccentricities that are offered here. And as you eat through them, you can get a feel if you've not experienced some worldly food options. There are some spicy bits here. Um, uh, there's definitely some peppers to behold here. So Farnus, you're making note, and yeah, those are the ones that you're interested in. So spicy meats. There's vegetables that a lot of rice and mixed vegetables are served with these spicy meats. But yeah, there's some good bits here. And you notice that anything that uses any sort of creaminess to it, instead of using regular goat's milk or cow's milk, is using coconut.
Do you have any seeds, or perhaps some suet? Ah,
We can work something out for sure. And they bring you what is it looks like a vegetarian type plate. A lot of nuts and rice and greens. So it's about the best that we can do. It's something that we get for those people that aren't a fan of the meat. There's also another potential option, but it's not quite served here. It's at a little bit nicer of a restaurant. Maybe after we are done, I can take you there and show you what that is.
How far is the trip to this place where the spawning is happening?
Well, it is quite a distance away, but we will be taking a bit of a shortcut. You saw me arrive in the shortcut, and that is how we'll be getting back. So it would be a very quick travel. Otherwise, it would be likely several weeks of travel to get to where we need to go.
It
Once we
sounds
get,
like that.
yes, nope. What?
It sounds like that'll be a treat.
It will.
I'm sorry.
No, you're not. No,
I
you're
know.
not.
I'm
Not really.
not. I'm sorry I interrupted him for that, but I'm not sorry for the pun.
Sorry, not sorry.
Sorry, not sorry. Well, once we get up there, it'll be a short distance to take you to where it is. It's the start of the island is about a maybe several hours walk outside of the village, as it is the closest one to us. But then going across the raft that leads to the island itself, it'll probably take you a good half a day to get to the base of it, and then who knows. Normally, it would be another hour or two to walk up to up the path to it, but we're in no knowledge as to what state it's in. So.
And you said that you are not able to go, but is there somebody who can take us directly there? Is there someone who can go?
Somebody will take you to the point of the base of it, but then they will point you on the path, and that would be the furthest that they could go.
Why are so few allowed at this very important location?
It has to do with some of my people's rituals and our ways. Also, with the fact that there has been the occurrence of these two spawns coming down from there in such a state. Quite honestly, most of the people that would normally go up there to attend to things are afraid to. I am the more traveled of my people. Most of the village is very rural in some of their beliefs, and so they are a superstitious lot.
Well, when you do have people who are making things explode just because they've done something weird, that's cause for caution, for sure.
At the very least. At the very least.
Anything we should be careful of when we get up there? Anything that we should avoid doing? Any particular traditions that we should uphold while we're trying to fix this problem?
Who cares?
I do.
At this point, Millie here is kind of correct. There's nothing that you could do that's going to damage it beyond the way that it has yet. Normally, you would not move the eggs. You would not touch the eggs unless they have hatched. But in this instance, if you can't figure out what's causing the problem, we'll be asking you to collect the eggs, and we'll be having some sacks that you can use for which to bring them back.
Do you have like a
So-
wheelbarrow or something we could put them in if they're heavy? Like, I don't know if you noticed, but we're kind of a small party.
Trust me, we'll have this taken care of. It'll all be explained once we get up there, and I've got the resources available for you.
All right. Well, if I'm carrying stuff out of the jungle, I want extra.
Sure, I assumed you would.
This is what happens when you contract the first people that you see outside of a tree.
Time is of an essence. So,
We're also
Well,
very
speaking
good
of
at
which,
what we
the
do.
sooner we're on to adventure, the sooner we're getting paid.
I have no idea how it was that your last expedition ended in disaster, but I'm getting a bit of a notice.
Yeah,
Anyways,
I also haven't the foggiest idea. Probably because I wasn't there helping them.
must be.
Here we go.
Looks around for nobody else here. Damn it. All right. Well, after you finish up your meal, he walks out into the courtyard and he's like, well, once it's open, just quickly through. I will be the last because it does tend to close up behind me. And he does a little
Jim.
incantation over a tree, marks a little symbol on it, and kind of peels open again with a very bright green light. And he's like, step through quickly now.
All right. I'm coming. I'm an old lady, short legs. Come. Oh, hold on.
Thorn whip, zing. All right, she's
Varnus, as she starts to step through, she puts her big hand on the side of the tree and says, I hope this doesn't hurt too much, and then has to duck, because I'm assuming the opening is for, like, Tortle, and everybody else is, like, 4 foot-ish. Varnus is, like, 7.
it's a good, like, 5.5 feet, but yeah, you're kind of like, oop, doo-doo.
She's totally used to ducking through everything.
Yeah. And so as you step through, there's a little bit of a shimmer of a feeling of teleportation as you make your path through. You see the wooden rings as you walk through, almost like there's just a tunnel through a tree. And when you pop out, you're in a colder region on a much different coast, and you are standing outside of a village that is very much more rural than what you came in through, and Clothris steps out behind you, and he's like, welcome to our village. Now, and a couple more turtles come running up. They look to be younger. Not that you can tell a whole lot, but they come running up, and they're like, oh, you've arrived. We've got everything prepared for you. And yes, very good. Please, I'll take you straight there so that you can get on your way. And he walks you over, brings you up to a small dock that is built on the side of almost like an inlet, a small bay, and off in the distance you can see what looks to be like a very small island that has almost erupted up out of the bay and stands up much higher than it probably should by all means. But has a bit of a circle going around it of what looks to be like a stone path, almost like it's a unicorn horn kind of thing, with plenty of vegetation growing on the sides of it. Things that have been said is that there have been the sight of shimmering lights appearing off in the distance at night. As it gets closer to night, if you see things that could be related, it'll hopefully lead you to wherever this disruption is happening. Otherwise, if you follow the path straight up, it'll go until you reach a bit of a valley towards the top, and inside of that inlet will be a low pool. And inside of the pool, you will find the eggs. And he starts pulling out, and he pulls out 5 bags. They don't look very big, but when he hands them to you, he says, this should take care of all of your needs. These are items that we have kept for the instance of such situations as this. They were purchased from the merchant prince Wakanga Otamu in Port Nyanzaru. They are magical bags. They will hold a much greater mass than they appear. And sure enough, you look in, and it's a bags of holding. If you don't manage to find a way to cure this situation, collect up as many of the eggs as you can fit, and bring them back down to us, and we will replant them and consider it a success.
How close am I standing to him?
You're probably about within 10 feet or so.
Can I get a little closer?
You could possibly get a little closer.
Like I'm gonna pretend like I'm checking out the bags he's handing us or something like that.
Okay. I assume you're trying to get closer to him for some sort of nefarious means. So
I mean,
give me
I
a
don't
deception check.
All right, what is my 15? My deception is a 20.
Okay. Yeah, you got up close, and he hands you the bag and starts handing bags to others.
And while he's doing that, I'm gonna try and reach in his pocket, see what he's got on him.
Sure. Go ahead and give me a sleight of hand check.
13. My sleight of hand is a +9, so 13 plus it's 22.
Well, I don't think I've got a 22 passive perception, so I think you may have beaten that.
I just kind of reach in, I just feel whatever's in there, and then it goes directly into my pocket.
Okay, you grab out what you can in a handful, and you spirit it away into your pocket as quickly as possible to make note of later.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and the rest of you, anything else of note that you need?
I thank him as he gives me the bag, and I say, I'm very, very sorry that your village is going through all of this. Do you need a hug?
Sure.
Bring it in, big guy.
He feels almost compelled to give you a hug as you were talking about how nobody would hug you, and as you go to give him a hug, you notice that the spiked armor just kind of goes shink and just sparks a little bit on his shell, and you wait. Now I know why he's giving me a hug. He's protected.
And like as that light bulb happens, and I know that I can hug him, I like a little tear streams down my face, and I'm like, "You hugged me."
Oh gosh.
It's fine.
Here she
Thank
goes.
you for the bag. And then I'm just gonna turn away because like I'm a strong warrior, but like it felt so good to be hugged, you know?
Oh, Helga, the next time you need a hug, we should just find the thickest bit of armor we can find and put it on, and then you can hug people. It'll be great. Now we know.
I'm not a hugger. I don't try it. I'm not.
Well,
No.
you're just shellfish.
Oh.
Get it? Turtle jokes?
And here I thought it was an old bard. All right.
This is the next 2.5 hours. Let's just be ready for it. It's fine. Totally fine.
It's
You
not
all
getting
asked
better.
for it. You're donating for it. You want it.
Strap in. It's going to be a long ride, folks.
Yep. Only your donations can make it stop.
Oh my
No.
gosh, what if people donate so
donations
that I
can't make it
don't
stop.
tell puns? That would be horrible.
Gotta set
I
it
don't
higher
think-
though, like 50.
Right?
I don't think I could do it though. I don't know.
Or
I mean,
maybe they donate.
I'm here for the puns.
Maybe they donate to it. Like if you do a bunch of puns, maybe they'll donate. Maybe it's the opposite of this. Maybe
We sold puns back in May, so I'm not saying we can't do it now.
My original pun, or my original Helga the Huggable, actually does have advantage on charisma checks if she says a pun. Like if I, Melody, say a pun, I get advantage. Thanks,
Thank you, Jeremy
Crawford.
Crawford.
So
Thank you,
speaking of
Jeremy.
which, Melody,
Yes.
go ahead and roll me a percentile die.
Oh, I love it when you get to use percentile.
Thanks, Fenway.
Uh,
Wild pun magic surge.
16.
16.
Yes.
It seems very weird, but the crying was very cathartic, and you feel as if your tears have healed your soul and body. In short, you're healing yourself every so often for the next minute or so. It's very
Okay.
useful right now as we've not gotten into combat, but
Yeah.
I may store that for later. Those tears might come out again. You never
Okay.
know.
Beautiful.
So, as you hop onto the boat or onto the raft,
Can someone help me? My legs are short. I'm very old. This is hard to get on the boat.
Farness will interlace her fingers and offer a whoopsie up.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Which for Farness, because I'm probably twice your height, is less of a whoopsie and more of a just gentle lift and back down.
yeah,
Like a
kind of like what I do
Yeah.
for my dog when I'm helping her up and into our house after she goes outside.
Mhm.
just like a puppy.
Yeah, I was talking about you. Anyway, so as you get on and you're making your way across, the person, the turtle that was left there, Clothus stayed on the shore, and his nephew is taking you, and he tells you now, once we get up there, if you go on the path, there's only one path, so it's very easy, but it goes two different directions. It kind of circles around. So if you go up to the top and you keep following it straight, eventually you come down the other direction and come up to the other side. There are various caves and whatnot around, but they have been out of service for quite a while. But it's tough to say. We've been avoiding the place ever since the lights have been starting. So do keep that in mind. And then I will wait with the raft down here for you to return, and I will be here until you make your way back. So you will be able to find me right here on the dock.
Onward to some good old-fashioned spelunking. Tally-ho!
And Theophilus has his machete in hand, and he's ready to go.
Okay. So you go climbing up the pathway.
I hug the turtle before we go.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
So, Millie, roll me a percentile dice for me, if you would.
All right.
Thanks again, Fenway.
Thank you.
Thank you, Fenway. All right. 37. Woo!
37. Let's see. Ooh, wow. Okay. So you go stumbling up, and as you're walking up, you find yourself, you slipped a little bit, and you wound up stepping on what looks to be like a very bright and colorful flower. And as you did, it went puffed up, some pollen and whatnot, and where it puffed up, bloop, 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 4 floating little jellyfish-looking creatures plop into existence and start floating around you, going, "Hello, hello,
Hello.
Hello.
hello."
Hello. Hello.
I don't know if you've ever encountered flumps before, but you've got 4 flumps that are circling you.
Guys, what is happening?
I don't know, but maybe this is part of what's going on with the island. You should ask them if they know anything.
What do you want?
Oh, good. You see them too.
One of them floats over by Theophilus. No.
Okay.
All right, well, that one's yours. You can keep him. What do you guys want?
We're here. Adventure, 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 adventure.
Okay, do you have useful skills, or I'm not going to pay you?
Wait, you get paid for adventuring? Oh,
What do you do?
adventure.
You do get paid, but you do have to learn to ask for it, or else people tend to ask you to go on adventures for, basically for the good of things, which is not a bad thing to do, but if you don't ask, you don't get paid.
Yeah.
So as you're sitting here and having this conversation with them, you realize these very funny voices that are coming out of them are just appearing inside of your head. And you, when you ask what they could do, you notice through the use of a bit of imagery given to you through your mental flashes of the fact that they keep things from being able to see you from vast distances. They will prevent scrying upon you, and if they get scared or feel endangered or anything like that, they could very well just spurt out a very stinky spray that makes things bad for the potential attackers. But otherwise, they're just there.
Okay. Seem like useful companions for the time being. I'm not gonna stab them. I'm not going to. I'm not gonna stab you.
Do you have names?
And they're like, oh, we have to have names, or we'll work on that. We're gonna workshop it as we go up. It'll be a group process.
You don't need names. I mean, I'm more than happy to refer to you however you would prefer, but it's kind of fun to pick your own name.
It is. Oh, good. We like it. And
What
so
color did you say they were?
what color?
Yeah.
They were kind of a pinkish purple. They've kind of they've kind of got a pink center, and they go off to purple at the ends of the tendrils and the little eye
Okay.
stalks.
I gotta ask. I don't think we found out. Hisser, what kind of what color Kenku are you? Are you like this black raven Kenku against these pink and purple flumps?
Yeah. I'm basically a raven, is the way I picture him. So I mean, and even his hood is black, and it's dirty, so it's got some gray mixed in there. But yeah, it's
Awesome.
jet black.
I like your darkness.
I like your emo ways.
Mm,
All
the
right.
flumps are drawn to you, and they don't know why.
And they don't know why. So yes, great. DM's got more stuff to control. Awesome. So
Fenway.
Thank you,
Fenway.
Fenway.
Thank you,
Yay,
Fenway.
flumps! Fill the chat with flumps.
Wait, I don't have Fenway on the roll call for Game Holcon yet. I'm gonna have to work on that.
Yeah.
So, you are making your way up, and as you do, you've noticed that plant, and you're kind of avoiding plants now, or at least Millie's avoiding the plants. And about a good hour's up, and you're kind of making your way up, and you're feeling a little bit cooler as you go. It's still very humid, very damp as you go, but the temperature is chilling off a little bit. But you hear from up above you a loud it's like
Uh-oh.
growl. Theophilus, as you have adventured within Chult before,
Mm-hmm.
you recognize the sound, but it seems off. It is one of these large dinosaurs, but something about it seemed weird. It did not seem to match up to what you are familiar with.
So
But
can I put my knowledge of Chult together with maybe a reasonable conclusion on what has happened to this dinosaur?
Give me. Let's go ahead with a nature check or an arcana check. You can go either direction with that.
They're both -1, so here we are.
So that's a thing.
Yes. That's a 9er.
All
We'll
right.
say nature.
Nature, you say.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you don't get you don't get a real sense of it, but it's possible that it's injured or it is. You do remember the case of certain diseases in Schultz doing weird things to your respiratory system and whatnot. That's probably what it was. Yeah, that's totally what it was.
Nothing really to be concerned about, just a dinosaur that's breathed in some spores or some such. Tally-ho, onward to adventure.
It's spore creature. We can't help him.
Did you say spore? Yes.
As we're walking, I'd like to reach out and touch one of the trees, and I'm going to use my speech of beast and leaf. I can communicate with plants. I'm just gonna ask the tree and say, "So, what's been going on around here?"
And as you do that, a split happens in the tree, almost similar to the way that when you transported through the trees, but on a smaller scale, and almost looks like a face appears inside of the tree, and it goes, "Well, let me tell you what's been happening over here. It's been getting kind of crazy over here every so often. You know, there's lights at night. There's all sorts of creatures. There are never creatures walking around here. All of a sudden, there's creatures walking around here. There's a big monster up that way. I mean, he is weird. He's got all sorts of stuff shooting out of his eyeballs here and there, and it's getting crazy up in here. Hey, how you doing?"
Oh, I'm doing good. Thank you for the information. Could you be more specific about this creature?
What? Well, I don't necessarily know what y'all call them, but they're one of them thunder lizards. It's got spikes on the tail. I think it's called some type of steg. Stegosaurus. That must be what it is.
With
But it ain't-
lasers coming out of its eyes.
something like that. Ooh, I like that one. Lasers coming out of its eyes. What's a laser? I don't know. But anyways, yeah, it's been shooting lights off. It's burned down a couple of my buddies, but you know they were kind of jerks anyways. But
Okay.
yeah, dangerous stuff up that way. But there's all sorts of weird stuff going on here. That's the reason why I'm talking to you right now. Oh wait,
Well, I appreciate that. I think we're trying to fix all of that. So hopefully things will get better.
did you know about the stone rain?
No, tell me about
They
this.
didn't tell you about the stone rain. Well, it was a while ago. I can't tell time very well because I don't exactly have a calendar, but it was a while ago. It wasn't before the last winter season. Not that we get a real winter around here, you know, but stones rain down from the sky, and they hit all over the place. So you can one of them even just a very small one, kind of grazed by me, in fact. And as soon as that happened, all sorts of weird things started to happen here.
The one that grazed by you, is it around here somewhere?
Well, I think it's up in this branch right here, and everybody can actually hear what this tree is saying. By the way, not just Farnus. You started with speaking to it as a tree, and it just popped open the mouth and started talking. And you see as it shakes one of its limbs, and you can see that there's almost like it looks like a lightning strike or a crease that has been healed over on the base of one of those branches.
It's up there?
Oh yeah, I think it's kind of still stuck inside of that branch right there. It's not very far up. It's actually probably only about a foot over where you stand.
I would like to reach up and see if I can grab the stone, and then I'll I don't know if I have any way of healing the tree.
It's not the tree is very healthy, so you don't think it was a case of it's like killing the tree, but it hit it and it did a thing.
Okay.
So you go ahead and give me either a sleight of hand or an athletics check, your choice. I'm sure they're both equally awkward.
I've got a slightly better strength than I do a dex, so let's go athletics.
All right.
That's a 12.
That is a 12, but that is all you really needed. So you pry open the thing and you pry out what looks to be like a little crystal. It's about yay long, about 2.5, 3 inches long. It's very spear-like. It's almost looks like it might have been a rock arrowhead that had been kind of shaved off to a point like that. But it is made of a deep purple crystal.
Oh, this doesn't look good at all.
And as soon as you pull it out, the tree's just that's been itching for at least a 10 day or two. Much better, thank you.
Oh, glad I could help. Hey, anyone recognize what this thing is?
Theo is adjusting his monocle, and then he puts his eyes of my.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
All right, well, while that's going on, Millie peeks in her pocket and looks at what she took from the turtle guy earlier when she...
Seeing over time takes a close look.
There we go.
And he's
He
back.
caught up. All right, so let's hit with the what Millie found first, as that's going to be the quicker of the two. What you wound up finding is you found a collection of what looks to be like small necklaces. Most of them are made with cord and have little stones on them, and have some sort of little runic engraving on them. They look fairly normal. One of them that is that's kind of stands out above the rest is made of similar design. It's got a wrapped cord, but it's got 5 different spots where there's, instead of those round stones with the little etchings on them, are 5 red stones, fairly similar to the stones that the Clothrus used to pay you.
Bigger or smaller?
Probably the 4 of them are smaller, and then the larger one is in the middle. But as you look at it, you can see that there's almost a bit of glint of light in the middle of each of them. It's very easy to see on the larger stone.
Well, I'm glad I got those. Might be worth something later.
Yeah, it might be.
I will tell no one about it.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Mr. Sir Theophilus, Sir
Theophilus Danforth Pemberton III, thank you.
You're welcome. Here's I have this, and then I don't know, Hisser, if you wanted to take a look too, but it looks.
Sir Theophilus, you're looking at it, and it appears to be, like it might be like an amethyst, but it does not. It's got a little bit more of texture quality similar to a crystal, but nothing of any interest that you can glean off of it. Hisser, you feel like you can hear that crystal, like almost like that crystal is whistling or humming.
Oh, he walks over and reaches out and just kind of looks as at. May I?
Yeah, tell us what you can.
He takes it and just kind of rubs, pulls it up to his ear. Is it like anything more if I'm touching it, or is it just?
You can feel your magic sparking to life in this crystal.
So I imagine as he feels this, his feathers just kind of start to separate and fluff out a little bit. Maybe there's like a little bit of wind blowing through them, even though there's no wind nearby.
It appears to you that this has got some sort of connection to the wild magic that you use for your castings.
I know this. I know this. There's magic in this rock. Oh.
Well, fell out of the sky, and that's a little weird. But do you think this is what's causing all of the problems on the island?
As you're discussing this, you hear a rumbling sound, and you hear a little bit more of that animal cry. And you, as you turn to look the direction, you see what looks to be like a pair of Stegosaurus creatures come bounding down the pathway leading your direction. And it takes you a moment to realize what you're looking at is not a pair of Stegosaurus creatures, but you see a single very large Stegosaurus with 2 heads and 2 tails.
Is there a place to hide?
There's a tree that you're talking to currently.
Millie's gonna duck behind the tree.
Well, the flumps keep us hidden, right?
From scrying or anything like that, from being seen by naked eyes. Not as much.
I'm going to look at the tree and say, is that what you were talking about with the whole lasers coming out of their eyes thing?
Yep, and as it does, it all of a sudden just kind of starts, and a little spurt of sap comes out and catches inside of an acorn, and it you catch it as it falls in your hands, and you've now got a potion of healing that has a very mapley flavor to it, apparently.
Ooh.
Awesome.
As there was a
Maple
donation
flavor.
for you to find a healing potion in the tree.
Awesome.
Good, and with the note of it's good to be polite to trees. Well done.
Farnus, and this Stegosaurus is coming towards us, right?
Yes.
Farnus
So-
is going to hand the potion to Sir Thoropoulos and say, all right, I guess it's time to kill things. And I'm going to start getting ready to attack the Stegosaurus.
All right, everybody, go ahead and roll some initiative.
Oh.
Woo! First initiative.
First
Yeah.
initiative of the night.
Must have been
Because
some sort of spores.
I might be a cleric, but violence is my answer to almost any challenge. I'm excited to get into a scrap. Ooh, I just rolled a natural 20 on my initiative, which gives me a 19.
All right, so there you go. There's some cleric initiative.
Yep.
What did you get for initiative?
I'm
History-
oh,
Go ahead.
I'm 11.
11. And Theopolis
16.
and Helga.
4.
There we go.
Hey, you have
And Hisser?
advantage.
What?
You have
What?
advantage,
Oh.
I think.
What
Or
level
is that a level
barbarian are you?
7?
That's level 7.
Yeah, that's level 7.
Anyways,
Ah.
yes, sir.
Hisser rolled a 21. He's going to hold his action whenever this starts.
Okay. All right. So, well, as it starts, Hisser, yours is the first action. What action do you wish to hold?
So Hisser's going to just, I guess, move off to the side, make sure he's kind of up against the tree, and he's going to wait for somebody else to initiate combat. He just doesn't want to be the first one to strike out at this thing.
All right.
So.
Excellent. Let's see. That means, Farnus, you're the next up in the line.
She does want to be the first person to strike out at this thing. I'm going to guiding bolt it. So, that is going to be a 16 to hit.
All right. That will, in fact, hit it.
Awesome. So, I'm going to do 11, I think that's radiant damage.
It is.
And more importantly, the next attack roll made against that target before the end of my next turn will get advantage.
You light them up like a Christmas tree. Yep.
Yep.
right.
She's holding onto this staff that seems to have a whole bunch of pepper plants at the top, and she aims it at the Stegosaurus and says, well, let's take care of this problem. And what looks like a radiant spray comes out and just smacks this thing in one of its two heads. And
Okay.
then...
Go ahead and roll me a percentile, please.
Oh, dear. Okay.
Oh, dear.
Oh, boy.
Oh my.
That's a 69.
69.
Nice.
I knew I could count on at least one of you, yeah.
I was
Yeah.
waiting.
I was trying to be good.
Each creature within 30 feet of you, which is the entire party, and now the tree becomes invisible.
Oh,
I was just about to use a bonus action to do that. Now I don't have to do that.
You're like, and I use a bonus.
For
Wait
later.
a minute.
Well, that was convenient. How long are we invisible for?
1 minute or until you attack or cast a spell.
Ah, regular invisibility. Okay.
Regular
so
invisibility for 1 minute.
I will not do that with my bonus action then, but I will then move. I'm sure the Stegosaurus seems to be charging in a specific direction. I would like
Down
to
the path,
move-
yeah.
Yeah, 30 feet to. You know how you never want to run in the direction that things are rolling? I want to go in the opposite direction so that I get out of its path.
All right. You get a little bit off the path, the actual path, and then down a little ways to get out of its direct path. With everybody being invisible, you never know what's going to happen. So that means that Sir Theophilus, you are the next to go in this order. You're strangely invisible, but at the same time, if you do something, you know that that could very well change that.
So, cover in this area, like especially being invisible, can I maneuver to somewhere that I can kind of remain fairly hidden from this beast?
There are some trees that you could attempt to do some hiding type shenanigans in.
So my goal, I guess, is to like run through the trees a little bit, throw a vicious mockery out, and like right as invisibility is fading, then I'll get behind cover so it's not really sure where I am, if I
Okay.
can time that. So I'm kind of like tromping through the woods, and I say, "Listen here, you cranking mince womble." That's the best I got from my random insult
Shakespearean
table.
insult table.
Yeah, yeah,
Minswamble is pretty epic.
yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. All right.
So I require a wisdom saving throw, if you please.
You do. Oh wait, that's the reason I brought up a character sheet so I could use D&D Beyond. I've got these potion bottle dice. I'm going to use them. That is a 17 plus my more. That's a 17.
You don't need to keep counting. Yeah, 17 definitely gets you where you need to be.
It snorts at you.
Mm-hmm.
You think that it might know where you are, but you're not too sure. You think you're hidden. And with that 16, we go to 11, which is Millie.
So I pretty much am always wearing my amulet of proof against detection and location, so I'm not that worried. I'm still behind that tree, hiding, and I'm just gonna keep doing that. I don't really care. This isn't my thing.
Okay. You're hiding in the talking tree. Got it.
Yeah, I don't really need to expend the energy. You know, you get to my age and you realize like certain battles you can pick and
Gotta
certain
pick
you
your
just, like,
fights. Yeah, exactly.
let them handle it. They've got plenty of energy.
That the young people have got this.
Those young whippersnappers, they can go ahead and fight this Stegosaurus thing. I'm just gonna hang out.
Which means that it goes next. And
What I'm gonna have a bite of a snack while I'm waiting for them to finish.
so
this
it goes forward to where it saw you the last time, and to where they heard this vicious insult come from. And one swing is going to go towards the vicious insult.
Good.
Which is let me take a look at these numbers here. Yep, that's a number. And oh, it strikes the tree, and it hits it with a pretty big force. And you as you watch where it struck, a little spark of lightning happens. And give me a dexterity saving throw there, Sir Theophilus.
Oh, I'd love to. I have a advantage or a reroll or a something, and I'm going to use that now.
Okay.
Thanks, Emily. I went from a natural 3 to a natural 1. So,
All right.
that's a total of a 3 with my flat dex.
Okay.
Oh no. Dex save. That is a 6. So
That is awesome. So you fall out of the tree.
perfect.
In the process of doing that, and as such, you fall flat on your back and take 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh no.
And you laying on your back, and it swings the other direction with its second tail, which let's try that again. 1, 2, and it swings the direction of never mind. Well, I suppose Helga. Does a 18 hit you?
That meets.
Would
wait.
Helga?
Nope. Never mind. I was rolling at disadvantage, not advantage. Sorry. Does a 16 hit you?
No.
All right. So a tail comes screaming by you and kind of slams in your general vicinity. And it has gone in. It's now it's stopped charging, and it's just sitting there, and it's whipping about, trying to sniff furiously for you all. Which means the next up in the order of this conga line of fun is Helga. Oh.
Okay.
Yep.
So I rage, because that's what I do. I'm all hugs until you try to slap me with your tail. Like, unacceptable. So I rage. And then I'm going to take my lovely axe Hugh. I'm close enough to it, correct?
Yeah, it'd be at the most like a 5-foot step to get to it. Yeah.
Okay, I figured, but I was just
It's
double
got
checking.
reach, but yeah, so it's had to be at least 10 feet away from you, or at the
Okay.
most 10 feet away.
I'm gonna guess 12 is a miss.
But
Did
you
you
do have
roll with
advantage.
Oh.
You have advantage twice actually because of the guiding bolt and because you're invisible.
Ooh.
Okay. So 16 then to hit.
A 16 will hit.
Okay, perfect. Sorry, I'm not great at Roll20. Not great at a lot of things, but we pretend it's fine.
But you're great at puns and hugs, and those are really important.
Those are like the things that matter. I got.
We'll all wait for the math, but puns and hugs, that's a skill.
Exactly. Thank you. You get it. You get me. So that's 7 damage.
Okay.
And I have no idea how to actually put advantage on this. I'm gonna figure it out later.
You could also just roll twice.
Yeah.
That's what I've been doing.
Okay. So a dirty 20.
Yep.
And 10 damage.
10 damage. All right. Use with a audible, pop it back into view.
Okay. I mean mug as a free action.
Okay.
I mean mug.
You mean mug the dinosaur? Got it.
Oh yes, both of them. I give each head. Yeah, I give it its own moment to be like, you're on notice. I'm not a fan.
One eye goes that direction, one eye goes that direction, and you mean mug them both. Got it.
Yes, both have been mean mugged.
Excellent. Which means we roll up to the top of the order, which is Hisser. You are currently invisible.
So Hisser's going to, Hisser's going to dash, kind of across the trail, kind of diagonal back the way that, back down the trail where this thing came from.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to use his mimic ability to try and recreate, the call of this beast. You just hear this. And what I'm going to do, I don't want to use my full dash. I want to use about 45 feet or so of it.
Mm-hmm.
So that I want to make this sound, and I'm going to continue on moving kind of off in a different direction. You just hear this.
All right, give me a performance check.
All right. That is an 11.
Okay. One head goes, kind of does a little ear, side look like a dog that's like, is that a whistle? It looks up one head does look back that direction. Not sure what effect that's going to have, but you'll find out. Varnus.
So I'm still invisible, so I'll kind of move around so that I'm within 30 feet of my friends who are attacking this thing, and I'm going to toll the dead on it. So I need it to make a wisdom saving throw DC 15 as a bell rings out that is comforting to all of us, but it's a little tiny bell that appears right between these two heads, and it's just too close. It's way too close.
It is way too close because it rolls a 10 for its save and fails the save.
Perfect. And it's already hurt. So
it is, in fact, already hurt.
It's going to take... It's 9 and then plus... Is this one of those ones where I can add...
It's, you don't add anything.
1d12. Okay, so it's
2d12.
9... Yeah, I just need to make sure I got the right thing. So that's 9
9 points.
damage, necrotic damage, as I now back into existence, but I got a big grin on my face because this is fun, and I'm happy and calm, and this is half the fun of being out in the world.
Yep.
And can I take a look at this creature and try to figure out, is this native to Chult or is this crystal magic?
Give me a nature check.
Sure. It's an 18.
18. It matches up similar to some of the dinosaurs that you saw inside of Port Nyanzaru when you first arrived, but the multiple heads, and you can see that there are, it looks like bits of this crystal kind of sprinkled in within the bony fins on its back.
Ooh.
So yes and no. This is a creature that is native to Chult, but it looks like the crystal has done some weird things to it.
Something has happened. All right, I'm done.
Something has in fact happened. All right, and then we get to Sir Theopolis.
First of all, I'm going to stand up because being prone is not a thing that I'm really into.
Right.
That's fair.
How close am I to two-headed dino? Still right next to it?
Pretty close. You're about 10 feet away from it.
10 feet. And I've seen this thing attack me from about that far away?
Yep.
Okay. Well. I am going to mock it again, obviously. That's what I'm here to do. Let's go truly random on this one. Okay. So I say to it,
You are nothing more than a corrugated fanny sniffer, sir.
and then I cast Vicious Mockery once more.
It fails its saving throw strictly out of confusion.
Perfect.
So
I'm also confused. It takes points of psychic damage, disadvantage on its next attack.
Yep.
And is there a way that I can kind of use the tree that I fell out of to get a little better cover from this thing?
you think that might be tricky. You're not a green adventurer. You think that if you try and move around that tree, you might catch a spike in the butt from the tail. You can try it if you wish. Oh, is he frozen again?
Yeah.
Deep in frozen thought.
Fair enough. And be sad.
Nope.
I don't know why that keeps
He's
on
back.
happening. I'm back.
Okay.
And I stay, which is fun. 'Cause
yeah,
we're
which
on
is
the
weird.
same internet.
And
so-
I'm wired. Anyway, especially because you're so adamant about encouraging me to try it out, I'm not going to try it out.
Oh, okay. Hey, I've watched a few streaming shows. I've heard you can certainly try as a thing.
Yeah.
So, all right. So that means we go from that to Millie.
All right, well, I finished my snack, and I'm seeing these kids out here fighting the dinosaur, and I'm like, all right, I guess I should join in. Can I sneak attack this guy since I'm invisible and hiding behind a tree?
Oh, totally.
And how far away is he?
From the tree that you're on, you were on the talking tree. He's maybe about 15, 20 feet away from that tree.
Cool, so I'm going to fire a short bow in his direction with a
Okay.
sneak attack.
You have advantage on the attack since you're invisible.
Yeah, so let me roll. Dun, 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 dun. And then what do I add to a? Oh, there it. That's what it says. What there? Okay, so that one was okay. That's a 10 and 11 plus 6 is 17.
17 hits.
All right, so then I got a 1d6 plus 3 more d6s.
Yep.
4, 5. Someone keeping track of this. Another 5.
14.
14.
Yep.
5. Whoa, and then
19.
plus 3.
19.
And
22.
then plus, cool. So 22 points of damage.
Okay. Yeah, he noticed that for sure.
And my bonus action is I go back to hiding.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a stealth check.
Do you have to hide behind a different tree because the tree you're talking to is invisible?
Oh wait, it
Like-
is.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm assuming the tree is just sitting there being invisible.
Pretty much.
That's a 9 plus 9, 18.
All right, so yeah, you go to hide behind the tree, and you're like, wait a minute, and then go hide behind another tree, and you make yourself. You think you're hidden. You're pretty sneaky, pretty hidden. Which means it gets to go. Now the question is, how hidden are you? Pretty hidden. So first thing it's going to do is it's going to take 2 swings. I've got a raging barbarian, and I've got a Sir Theophilus.
That's the only way you could describe him.
Exactly.
It's the best way.
So your disadvantage helped you out, so it does not get the 19 on the die, it gets the 9. So that's a 16.
That still hits.
That still hits.
Yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
All right. Well, it was worth a shot. Oh, wow. You're going to like that one. So that is only 20 points of damage.
Only.
Only.
Ooh.
Could have been much worse. And so I've got another swing for the barbarian. Ooh,
How unexpected.
25. I'm just going to
Oh, that'll do.
Oh, yeah. So much more effective on you. That one's a 34 points of damage. Halved to 17.
Thank you for mathing for me.
You're welcome. And after that, it turns towards where the Kenku howled this thing, and it goes bloop, 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 and goes walking off. So, Helga, that means you get an attack of opportunity on this big bad boy.
Yay.
How about Theo?
Sure, you were a little bit further away, but it'll go past you.
Okay.
Give you that. I'll grant you that.
All right. I gotta take what I can get, man. I'm almost bloody already.
It smacked you into its path.
That is a 23 to hit.
That'll hit.
16 from me.
16 also hits.
10 damage.
10 damage.
6 damage.
6 damage. That 6 damage took its last hit point that it had, because otherwise Melody left it with 1 hit point.
Oh,
Oh, nice.
So,
Who's Melody?
Teamwork.
well, Sir Theophilus, go ahead and roll me a 20-sided die, please.
I would love to. 5.
Okay, you're fine. So that happened, and you, as this creature falls, you watch as it almost shrivels, like it dries out as it falls down and dies, and the crystals glow a little bit brighter as it does so, and it just almost turns very mummy-like and just clunk falls over.
I would like to walk up to what's left of this thing and examine it.
Oh, I've never seen a beast do that before when we've killed it.
Tree pops out and goes, "Yep, that's what happened to some of my tree buddies. That's too bad. Well, he was kind of a jerk."
Wait, the trees turned into this?
No, they shriveled like that.
Oh. Shriveling is never fun.
Did the crystals that were embedded in this thing also do anything, or are they still all sitting there?
They're still embedded inside of those bony protrusions, but they've got a little bit of a hint of a glow to them.
Do I see Hisser anywhere, or are you still invisible down
He's
the path?
still invisible, but he's probably right next to you. He's looking this thing over now that it's over, but he has not done anything.
Oh,
Yeah.
I wonder if Hisser wants the rest. Hisser! I don't know where you went. Hisser? Oh, hi. Oh, you're very sneaky when you're invisible. Did you want any of these crystals too?
And he-
I want crystals.
Okay.
and
It
Hisser
looks like
would
there's
just
a lot of them.
bend down and pick them up and just try to see if he gets any other feelings off of them, or
You can get a feeling off of them, but they are kind of still stuck inside. But
Okay.
with a dagger and a little bit of prying, you do manage to kind of pop them out. It almost looks you can see parts of it where organic nature of this dinosaur almost started to kind of grow into the crystal, or the other way around. You're not sure, but yeah, you can feel again a little bit more of that energy coming off of this.
I like to think that maybe there's just like anybody watching just kind of sees one of these stones wiggling a little bit in that protrusion, and then at some point while he's working on it, Hisser will just kind of pop back as that minute expires.
Yep.
As he's prying it out, and he'll look it over for a minute, and then he'll turn and hand it over to Millie.
Okay. It's it looks like a small amethyst that's got a little bit of an internal glow to it. Very pretty. Probably worth something. You never know.
Put it in my bag.
Yep.
The tree said that these were falling from the sky. Does it look like this was a stegosaurus that just got impaled with a bunch of crystals, or does it look like they were growing out of this thing?
It's tough to say. You don't think it was necessarily growing out of it, because it didn't look like it was part of it. It was eventually assimilating it into it, but probably that it either struck this creature, or somehow it got exposed to these crystals and this happened.
Well, I think these crystals might be worth money, and if they're not actually worth money, I could probably convince someone that they are. So I'm gonna just take as many as will fit.
Yep.
And even if neither of those things, then definitely it'll help us solve this mystery, which
Oh no,
will
the
get us
second
money.
part. The second part is for real. I can convince anybody to buy anything.
Well, we'll collect this. How long will it take to gather crystals off of this thing?
It'll take you a few minutes, but yeah, it's once you kind of get the hang of it, it's fairly easy to pry them out.
Amidst all of this, Theophilus gets out his instrument of the bards, which is the world's tiniest violin, and he casts Cure Wounds on himself because he was quite beat up from that fight.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a 20-sided die there, Theophilus. No reason whatsoever.
Sure, a 9er.
9er. Okay.
I will go over and thank the tree, who I'm assuming is also popped back into visibility.
Yep.
Thanks for the heads up. Ha, heads up.
But you're
2
not
heads.
helping my anxiety at all by just having me roll random d20s.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Absolutely random. Absolutely random.
Yes.
I have never made people roll random things for no reason. Never in my life.
Sure.
All right, so you pry out all the crystals that you can get off of this thing, and you start your path leading back up further into this area. And as we start to go up that direction, you see the path that this creature took, and it stomped over several plants in its pathway, and you think you see an area where it was making a nest. It's like you can see where the cave is, and you can see like vegetation has been kind of trampled down and grown and pulled away and then dropped down to form a bit of a mattress outside of this, just outside and inside of this cave. If you've ever seen how animals kind of stomp down long grasses to make a bed, that's exactly what this kind of looks like. And you think you see some other sort of debris and whatnot in there. But then the path continues to lead up. It's up to you.
Can I take a look around and see, is there a mate to this creature we need to be worried about?
Well, give me a perception check.
I would love to. Ooh, that's a 26.
Oh.
I rolled really well.
26. You do not see any sign of a mate. But what you do wind up finding is when you take a look through, is you see what looks to be like the remnants of maybe some like eggshells in the nest.
So, already hatched stegosauri?
You don't know. You don't know. You don't see any creatures. But you do see a fair number of broken shells there.
Are we all noticing the shells?
I'd point it out
Yeah.
even. So I wonder if these were laid before or after the stegosaurus became all full of rocks, space rocks.
Or is it possible these eggs that we're supposed to go get hatches that we just fought?
I hope not, because that would be difficult. They're supposed to just be turtles, right?
I mean, that's what we were told, but you believe everything everybody tells you? Listen, I didn't get to be 422 years old by believing everything I was told. Sometimes, whatever they tell you turns out to be the opposite.
Well, if they were paying us to go rescue their young, it'd be a little weird if they were lying to us about that. But maybe something has changed. Maybe this is what happened to all the turtles. They turned into...
Maybe a turtle mated with something it wasn't supposed to mate with, and now we got these stegosauri? Is that what we're calling them?
I think that's what we're saying.
With the two heads?
Or the crystals did something afterwards, and that's what's causing all the weirdness.
Well, I think we should keep going, personally.
I don't see anything else here.
I just want to get paid.
Hard to get paid standing around. Let us go.
As you start to make your way up, turn and head up further up the thing, Millie, you feel a slight tug at your tunic or your armor. Or many. When you turn around, you see what looks to be like a not incredibly small compared to you, but a small, around 1.5 foot, 2 foot. It looks like a turtle, but it is the shell isn't quite as formed as it was, and it is a bright blue color, and you saw it was tugging on you, and as soon as you turn around, and bloop, it kind of popped into existence, and it just looks at you and goes, "Eh."
Are you guys seeing what does it want?
Do we all see the bright blue turtle? Okay.
Do you guys, what does it want? Why is it doing that?
I think this is one of the young we were looking for. I think it
Why
wants you
is
to
it
hold
doing
it.
that thing with its arms?
I think it wants a hug.
It looks like it's imprinted upon you, Millie.
Oh God. Do I have to? Oh God. Okay.
Or it's telling you that there's a touchdown. Either way, I think you should definitely pick it up.
Oh God. Okay. So she kind of Millie reaches down and she puts her hands on it and she's like, oh, I gotta be honest. I hate kids. Not a fan of kids. Oh God. Oh God. Okay. So she picks it up and she's kind of holding it there and she looks it in the face.
And it just grins at you.
It looks so happy.
That's
Why
good.
is it so happy?
You picked it up. You showed
It
it affection.
loves you.
Oh, gross. Okay. I mean, I don't know what to do with it.
Hug it.
I'm gonna. So I've got kind of a satchel that goes around me, and I'm just gonna kind of put it here like a baby Bjorn of sorts with my arm around it, and I'm like,
It kind of tucks in, very oddly mammal-like, even though it's not a mammal, and like clutches onto your side.
all right. Are the flumps still here too?
The flumps, when after they turned invisible, you've not seen sight of them since.
All right. This is getting weird. Usually, like I have a -1 charisma, so I'm not used to, having things around me. All right. I'm kind of grossed out, but can we just keep going? And I don't know.
Helga,
This.
the tears that have flown from your eyes from seeing just this beautiful imprinting of this small creature brings back that healing that happened before, and you regain 10 hit points.
Yay! I am tearing up too. I'm like, hug him.
With that, we're going to go ahead as we are halfway, actually exactly halfway through our game session here, and I'm going to throw that out to the Daddy Warbucks crew to put us on a short break, so that we can take a little 5-minute break for everyone here, and we will be back here shortly.
Bye.
So
And remember not to turn our cameras off. I learned that yesterday.
remember not to turn our cameras off. Exactly.
I did. I learned that the hard way yesterday. I messed up everything.
Yep.
But it's okay to do audio off, right?
You can turn audio off. Yes.
And remember.
All right, and there we go. We are ready to go and roll back into this so that Millie can get this baby off of her.
Oh God! Why do I have a baby? Whose
And
idea was this?
I think it was yours. You're the one that picked it up.
What had its arms out? What are you supposed to do?
I'm
couldn't
not
see the
disagreeing with you.
face. I could just, you know.
You said this small turtle child was blue in color?
bright blue, like a
Is-
Smurf.
Are Smurf turtles a thing that we know about, or are children turtles usually blue and then they molt and become green, or is this weird?
This is weird, as far
This
as you
is-
can tell.
This is
Smortles
weird as
is
far
what
as
they
I
like
could
to be
tell.
called.
Smortles.
Yeah. So not normal that they be colored a bright blue. You're not too sure about the texture of the shell, but the shell seems very smooth and not really spongy, but you know it's got more give to it than. Especially Helga will notice this, and she gave such an aggressive hug to the druid earlier. But yeah, it seems odd.
Ellie, do you want to take a closer look at your young charge and make sure there isn't a
Right
crystal
now, I
in?
just want it. Right now, it's sleeping in my bag. I just want us to move forward. I don't want to deal with it right now. Kids freak me out.
Okay, I just was afraid that it's got a crystal embedded in it somewhere and it's suddenly going to grow into a two-headed stegosaurus while it's in your pack.
We will cross that bridge when we get to it. I guarantee that by the time it is that size, it will no longer be in my bag.
I will attack it as soon as that happens, and we'll continue up the path.
I got my rapier right here. We're gonna be fine.
I was more concerned about your pack.
Listen, it wouldn't be the first new bag I had to get.
So you start to make your way further up, and a definite attachment kind of pings in you, and you notice the drying of the air as you get further and further up, and it seems less like a jungle, and it seems more very temperate almost in nature as you get up to the kind of cresting up the top half of this mound, and it gets warmer, which goes in a direct opposite of what was happening on that first half. It was getting cooler as you got closer. Now it's starting to heat up more as you get closer to the top.
Well, he does rise.
You do see more birds appearing around here, and the birds that you see appearing are pretty big in nature, almost the size of your new turtle charge, and very brightly colored, similar to what Sir Theophilus may have seen inside of the interior jungles, but these ones are definitely bigger than any of the ones that you have seen previously.
Can I try to talk with one of them? My speech of beast and leaf will work on beasts.
It will.
Yeah.
Hi.
Why, hello.
Hi, what's your name?
My name is DM. Didn't realize you could have somebody that could talk to animals here. My
That is a very extensive name. You must come from a long line
Oh,
of
no,
DMs who can... a long line of DMs. I'm very impressed.
My name is Chloe, actually.
It is very nice to meet you. We're here to try to figure out what's going wrong with all of the turtles in this area. Have you seen weirdness? Have you seen like stuff
there's
falling
been-
from the sky?
All sorts of strange things. Yeah, there's been nothing that's fallen recently. There's all sorts of little glowing rocks all over the place up towards the top there, but you know, it's a nice place. It's a good place. There's plenty of perches to keep, and it's pretty dry up here, so it makes for comfortable sleeping.
Yeah, that's weird. How come when you go up it gets drier and warmer?
I'm not sure.
Hmm.
I would venture to guess it might have something to do with these rocks we have been talking about.
Hmm.
But
Anybody got any questions for the birds? They get a height advantage. Sometimes it's good to talk to the birds.
if you like, I'd be more than happy to relay the extent of the flora and fauna in this area for you. It is
I mean-
kind of my speciality.
I mean, I would be interested, but I don't know if my friends would be. We're mostly just looking for strange things. We're trying to fix what might have gone wrong.
We gotta find some eggs, right? You know these like eggs. Yeah, ask me about the
Yeah.
eggs.
Yeah, we're looking for turtle, where a turtle breeding ground might be. Is that up
Yeah.
ahead?
That is probably up at the top, inside of that very very shallow pool of water that's up there. The water is a little weird tasting, so I wouldn't indulge if I were you. But the berry bushes around there can be quite tasty.
Oh, that's good to know.
But
Very good to know. Yeah.
there is some something appeared up there. I think it was after the last couple I saw of those eggs that hatched. A thing appeared. It just almost like it literally walked out of one of the corners or a tree or something like that. It has got me considering a move of locale.
Oh.
And
So
you
weird about
he describes what sounds like a very large dinosaur, much bigger than the Stegosaurus. Something that is more akin to maybe the Tyrannosaurus.
Is this one of the ones that shoots lasers out of its eyes? We were told by a tree down there that there was one that, like, lasers.
That could very well be. It's been doing all sorts of odd things from time to time. I actually I saw it turn into a small scaly thing for a good minute or two, and then after a couple minutes, its original form ripped right out of that thing and left just skin and innards all over the place. It was quite disgusting.
Oh. That's strange. I'm going to point over. Hisser, are you, like, holding any of the crystals?
Hisser gave all the crystals he had over to Millie. He just
Oh.
wanted to inspect them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Millie, do you have any of the crystals?
Yeah,
You
I
have-
have
you-
all
you-
of them. They're in the.
and-
I gotta reach under this kid though. Hold on.
So
I'm gonna
yes, sir,
point-
you do have the larger piece, the original piece that came out of the tree.
Oh, yep. Okay. Yep.
So
Here's
I'd
a little
point-
guy.
Yeah, I'd point
Why not?
over at whichever is visible and say, is that Tyrannosaurus filled with that?
well, it wasn't there when it appeared, but now that he's been up there and rolling around and walking around, he's got a few of those kind of stuck on him in spots.
All
Have
right.
you seen
Pretty much any of the ground creatures around here wind up stepping on a few of them at time to time.
Are little baby turtles like this normal? And I point to the adorable sleeping one that's
Hey, don't disturb him. He is asleep.
Well, that's quite
Alright.
that's quite lovely plumage he's got there. It's, that is not something you see there every day.
Varnus wants to take a moment and inspect the bottom of her feet because she's not wearing shoes, and so she wants to make sure she hasn't stepped on one of these crystals.
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
That's a
Okay.
very good idea.
You know, she's a furball. They don't wear shoes. That's a 12.
Don't see any
Okay, good.
yet.
That's fine.
Fine.
She trusts. Okay. She just does one of those like, oh, I got poop on my. Okay, no, I'm good.
So, Mr. Hisser, the crystal that you are carrying to help in the mechanics of this as we go forward is basically it's a receptacle of a spell slot. It contains a 3rd level spell slot, almost like a pearl of power type of a thing, specifically attuned to chaos. So you could use it. You think fun things might happen if you do.
All right.
And Millie, since you spent enough time kind of fondling that necklace as you try to move it out of the spot so that the baby does not step on it, that is in fact a necklace of fireballs.
Oh, the necklace that I found.
Yes, that you found. Yes. If
Yeah,
you
I found it in someone's pocket.
exactly, if you were to pop one of those gems off and chuck it, it would release a fireball.
Noted.
Big explosion of fire. So
That may come in handy later.
That
It
would wake
may.
up the baby, though. For sure.
would most definitely wake up the baby, and had the baby stepped on any of those, it definitely would have woken up the baby.
True, but if she needs to use that necklace, then waking up the baby is the least of our problems.
It is
That's
very true.
Correct. See, this is why we keep Farnus around.
Pearls of wisdom like that.
Yeah.
Arts.
All right, so
God, I'm starting to really care about this baby. Who am I?
Listen, we all have our one weakness, and if yours is small children who need
No, I
our
have no
protection,
weaknesses. I don't care about anything. I don't know. This is a weird. It's like a warm fuzz. It's like a fuzz inside this part of my.
and as you start saying that, you feel as the turtle starts to shift a little bit in your satchel, and then just and goes back to sleep.
Oh.
All right.
well, thank you, birds. I really appreciate it. I'd offer you some seeds.
Chat is conspiring to wake the baby.
Well, Chat needs to donate in
I
order for
know.
things to happen to wake the baby. Otherwise,
If chat donates for $25 for a wild magic surge, maybe the wild magic surge would wake up the baby. You never know.
You know, I think it's pretty clear that a magic wild surge would wake up the baby. I'm just saying.
depends
Yeah.
on what the magic surge does. They'll just have to donate a bunch and try.
Indeed. Eventually, somebody's going to roll a fireball.
Mhm.
All right.
Or
so,
throw a fireball.
Or both.
uh-oh. I see in
Oh, a
chat
fireball
donation coming up.
igniting.
Donation.
Oh.
Uh-oh. All right. Well, just give me. just give me-
Sharif.
So peaceful.
So, you start heading up that direction. It casts silence centered on you.
His silence on the baby.
Going was from Initiative Coffee, the best gaming coffee this side of the
Oh.
Wisconsin state line.
That's
I believe
good.
he's in Wisconsin now instead of in Illinois. Anyway, regardless. So, with that, you start to make your way up the path. Do you wish to? You now know that there's some type of a T-Rex up there. How do you wish to proceed?
Oh, I don't care about the T-Rex, but we shouldn't wake the baby, so we should be very stealthy and quiet.
I just want to get the eggs and get back so I can make my money, and then I don't know. This thing belongs to someone, so we should give it back, and we should give it back, safe and happy. And maybe I could offer to babysit or something in between adventuring gigs. I don't know. This is really weird. I just have all these emotions flooding over me.
Okay, well, as these emotions are just flooding you with all of this raw power, go ahead and roll me a percentile roll.
Mhm.
Thank you, Sharif Jackson.
I was asking for it.
I've always misheard. No, go ahead.
A 14.
14.
14 is the wake the baby number. That's great.
That's crazy how
It
that
is, in fact, the wake the baby number. So,
It's a wild magic surge to wake baby.
Millie, I need. Well, first things first here. Let's see. I need everybody who is not Millie to roll me a 10-sided die.
Sure.
Hey,
Two.
Two.
I also got a 2.
7.
one.
There we go. So, I need Millie and Hisser to both roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Wait, that's not my
16.
14.
16 and a 14. Okay. So, as you kind of make your way to kind of, kind of shush the baby, as you adjust him so that he stays quiet, he shuffles a little bit, kind of shifts his weight a little bit, and you just feel a pulse of energy kind of go off of him, and it overtakes. It hits both you and Hisser. You feel normal, but you're not too sure what happened.
That was weird, right?
And he kind of starts rubbing his eyes.
Did anyone else feel that? Did you feel that it was weird?
Yes. Yes.
You felt it.
There's something.
What was it? Is he bigger? Is he bigger? Is this turtle thing bigger? He
Make a
feels
perception
bigger.
check.
And then my perception is 18.
He seems like he's a little bit bigger. He's filling out that sack a little bit.
I think it's growing.
Well, that's what young children do.
I know, but I liked it little.
We all say that when they're young.
Yep. As he lets out a little sneeze in his sleep, you watch as a little puff of rainbow colors comes out when he sneezes.
Aw, cute. So cute.
It's precious. I just can't.
Is that normal? Is it supposed to be that color?
I don't know, but it is adorable.
I still don't like that it's getting bigger.
Well, it'd be weird if it was getting smaller, right?
I don't know. I made it this far in life by not having children. They just had stress, so I didn't have any, and this is very new for me.
That's okay. We all have to learn it sometime.
I normally avoid them.
Well, then maybe this is the perfect opportunity. Here you have limited time to connect with this small, young, rainbow sneezing turtle.
Limited time because I'm old. Is that what you're saying?
No, because
You're calling me
obviously,
Are
no,
you
because
calling me old.
well,
I mean, it's
no,
true, but also it's not like that I'm old. I'm just very experienced.
no. I just figured eventually you were going to want to give the child back to whoever their rightful parents are.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I get it. Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like the baby can sense your stress right now and is like getting upset. You've upset the baby now.
Is that what you think, Helga? That I've upset the baby?
I
Maybe
mean,
I'll upset the baby.
I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there.
Do
It's
you
a
want-
cute
you wanna
rainbow.
hold it?
I want to hold the baby. I want to hug the baby, but I can't hug the baby. Helga knows her limits. So,
Is the baby small enough that it could like crawl in between the spikes and like you're a jungle gym?
oh my gosh, I hope so.
No, not quite that small.
Ah! What donations do we need for that to happen? No.
Eric goes backwards.
There's one particular roll on the surge table that would make that happen.
Oh, amazing. Let's do this. Eric, can you pull out your wallet, please?
Yeah. Have the Tiltify pulled up.
Well, before the sneezes give us away, we should probably sneak ahead and see if we can get the rest of the eggs and get out of here before, giant T-Rex tries to kill us. Or we can fight the T-Rex. I'm okay with both.
Okay.
Preferentially, I just want to be paid.
Well, either route will get us to payment. One is just easier than the other.
I just would like to be paid.
So we're still going up, correct?
You're still going up.
How far to the air? Like, are we able to see where we're headed to yet, or are we still just going up a trail at this point?
You're going up the trail, and as you look up, you can see that you're kind of getting towards the that crest and that top of that area where it kind of mesas off a little bit. It has a little ridge that almost, that it goes down at some point to form this small valley with the pool in it. And so that looks like it's a few hundred yards, maybe about 200 yards up from where you're at.
Okay.
So
I would like to start to stealth. And I'm going to do that by grabbing a tiny little piece of the hot pepper off of my staff and popping it in my mouth and casting guidance on myself as we do this.
That's awesome.
And so you're attempting to stealth up. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, because I suck at this song again.
Okay, everybody go ahead and roll me a stealth check.
17 for me. Thanks to guidance.
17. All right. And Millie?
I rolled an 18, but I have a +9, and then I'm at advantage, so I'm going to keep that 18 + 9, which I was a dance major, so I can't do math. Somebody can do it for me.
It's good enough.
27?
27, yeah.
Okay.
You got it.
I'm at disadvantage, so I had 10.
All right.
I'm not at disadvantage, and I had a 4.
Oh,
And
maybe I should
Hisser?
have guidance someone else.
Well, I guess we're fighting the T-Rex. That's fine.
D&D
I like that.
Beyond dice roller has turned on me.
And so, Hisser, what did you get for your stealth check?
21.
Oh, there you go. So, you make it up the side of this this hill, and you get to a point where it you look like you're getting to the top again, and as you reach this crest, you can see there's bushes completely lining the ridge here. And each of these bushes has got a collection of multicolored berries on it, and the path that you are going on kind of breaks through the ridge a little bit. It's one of the few places where there's no bushes covering it, and it kind of goes up a little bit and down in and continues around this crater area. And as you get up to the crater, you see kind of splashing through this pool a large dinosaur. It is making its way in between a number of these eggs, and as it circles around, you see a very large rock centered in the middle of this pool, and in this where this rock sits, there's almost like a steam rising off of it, and it's glowing with an internal fire on it that almost seems to pulse between colors. It goes to purple, to red, to blue, to green, to yellow, and circles and cycles. And as you make your way up, you just watch as this thing starts tracking and almost like it's sniffing at the air. And you can see that there's little bits where parts of these rocks, these crystals, are kind of attached to its feet, its arms, its side, and it is almost like it's curling around this large chunk of stone in the middle of this pool.
Does it look like it's noticed us?
Hasn't quite noticed you yet because it didn't rear up and come stomping over.
I'm gonna
Group stuff.
I'm gonna stealth over to one of the berry bushes. I wanna feed the baby.
Okay, so you kind of climb up onto the ridge and into the berry bushes. The stealth roll you got before is fine for that. You're kind of tucked in. You're just off the path a little bit, picking a couple of berries and feeding them to the baby.
I'm giving the baby its own. I'm not chewing them, and then like,
Right.
yeah.
You're not mama birding.
I think it looks like it's big. Does he eat it?
Yeah, it eats it.
Is this your first berry?
It starts munching on it a little bit. Little
It's so
berry
cute.
dribble on it.
Okay, these are very
Is-
good. No, the
Um,
tree is not wrong.
As you eat one, these are very filling. Like you eat it and you're like, wow, this is. I mean, it's not like it's like, oh, I feel like I'm extremely bloated from like a huge meal, but you're like, you feel satisfied by one or
Really
two berries.
satiated. Yeah, you
Yeah.
wouldn't think it. There must be some sugar. It was the birds, right, that told us these were delicious.
Yeah, And it
Yeah.
also you were getting very thirsty from the hike up here. You don't feel thirsty at all now.
Those
Did
are
you say
some
these
good
berries are
berries.
good? Yeah.
These are some good berries. Yeah.
Gotcha.
High five.
Ah,
Yep, we got you.
Oh,
I
the
was
puns.
gonna do it too, so I joined in on that.
Totally. Join us. Join us. Join us.
So, anyways,
So there's a rock in the middle of this pool that's glowing and woo weird. There's a giant T-Rex hanging out by the rock in the pool.
mhm.
Do we see eggs in the pool?
You do see some eggs in the pool.
Okay.
You see what looks to be like 10 or 12 eggs in the pool.
I'm going to look over at Hisser and kind of pull back a little bit so that we can talk quietly without disturbing our stealth and say, you did that thing with the Stegosaurus earlier. Do you think you could do that again and draw this creature out so we can get the eggs and leave?
Have I been able to hear it? Like, can we hear the sounds it's making yet?
You heard a little bit of just kind of snorts and grunts. You think that there may have been a bit of that howl before. May
Okay.
have not have been the Stegosaurus. It may have been this creature.
Okay. So I'll start to mimic some of those sounds, but I don't feel very confident. So let's get closer.
Well-
I need to hear it.
When you're ready, and I'll pull another piece off of my staff and hold it out to him and say, when you're ready. Like indicating for you to eat it.
So is that invisibility?
No, it's going to be guidance.
Guidance. Okay.
Yeah,
Right. Okay. So yeah. Well, I'll
it's
just.
not that hard.
Yep. I need to get a little bit closer. I want to be able to hear it. So, what I'm gonna do. Nope, not gonna do it that way.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it that way either.
Yeah. Nope.
Unless.
Nope.
Unless.
So
Nah, I trust him.
is this? Where is this thing focusing its attention?
It's focusing its attention on that rock currently.
Okay.
It seems very, very focused on this rock. It wants to stay near it for some reason. It is just basking in it,
Okay.
and it is protecting it.
I mean, I personally like The Rock quite a bit too.
Yep.
More like Dwayne Johnson. But yeah, I get it.
Yep. There's a single eyebrow up on this glowing stone. Yeah, it's
And how far away is it at this point?
so once you get up and on top of that area, that is a pretty wide pool that's there. It's about 120 feet across. So from the ridge where you're at to where the rock is, it's about probably a good 70 or 80 feet to that
Okay.
point. Just with the chunk of land before it gets to the actual pool and then the water.
And is there?
From where the T-Rex is standing in it, you can tell the pool is maybe about 1.5 to 2 feet deep. It's not incredibly deep at all.
Okay.
And these eggs look like they're pretty submerged in it, except for like the top bit, just like a few inches on the top
Okay.
or over the edge of it.
So, and is there any place that would be able to like hide? Is it pretty, or is it just open?
The bushes mostly are the
Okay.
areas where that you'll be able to hide.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna misty step to a bush that's closer and try and hide and just get. I want to be able to hear this thing.
Okay.
So
All right. Go ahead and yeah. So you cast Misty Step.
mhm.
Sure. That'll happen. All right, so you pop up and you appear inside of the bush. Go ahead and roll me a percentile, please.
65.
65. So you feel as you arrive in this bush the crackling of electrical energy around you. You are holding the power of a storm inside of you, and you need to release the power of the storm. So You feel like you could choose up to 3 people, 3 creatures. I'm extending the range a little bit because you're not within 30 feet of anything. And the lightning is going to, instead of being centered inside of you, is going to go towards those 1 to 3 creatures.
Ooh. And I choose, or is it
You
a
choose.
I choose. Okay.
Oh,
If it had been random, somebody was coming after you because that baby probably was going to bite it.
All right. So I feel like I'm gonna do it this way. I feel like Hisser's not going to he's not going to be able to think quickly enough to figure this out for himself. So he's gonna center this on. One is going to land on him. One is going to.
It's up to 3. You don't necessarily have to choose 3.
Okay, so
if that makes your choices easier.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna hit the dinosaur then, because I don't want to hurt my friends. So.
All right. So go ahead and roll me 4d10.
Like that.
Well, that was not the noise I was expecting, but you know, this is just as good.
So that's a 20. And I think that if anybody's watching again, you just kind of see the Hisser's feathers just kind of float a little bit. Maybe there's a little bit of like a rustling of his feathers, and this kind of mist shows up around his neck, and then he just unleashes it.
Yeah, so he disappears in the puff, just and the bush that he came into, you saw that whole like fluttering in the mist, and just bam, and a bolt of lightning comes down out of the sky and just strikes the T-Rex.
Millie protects the baby.
Go ahead and roll initiative because this craziness has just started.
Oh,
Oops.
yeah.
Welcome to Wild Magic.
I like wild magic.
Hisser says a PG-13 version of a bad word.
Millie is a 6.
16 for Hisser.
I'm an 18. I rolled really well both times on initiative.
10 for Helga.
And
7 for Theo.
okay. Alrighty. Baby T-Rex.
I did that yesterday, and I got booed off the stream almost.
That's okay. So, Farnus, you were the first to go after the shock of this lightning bolt comes streaking down.
Does it look like the T-Rex knows where this lightning bolt came from?
Well, he turned around and is just howling in a multi-tonal howl that seems to be giving off a bit of that power, kind of similar to what the baby was doing earlier.
Okay. But does it look like he's going to go
Sounds like
charging
that.
towards Hisser, or is just mad?
He hasn't really, he hasn't chosen a direction yet.
Okay. So, for my action, I'm going to pull out I'm going to pull out some gloves, put them on, pull out an incredibly hot pepper out of my bag, and crush it into my hands, and I'm going to activate my channel divinity, which is Path of the Grave, because I've pulled out a Reaper pepper. And so as an action,
Pepper X.
exactly, the dragon's breath. As an action, you choose one creature you can see within 30 feet of you, cursing it until the end of your next turn. The next time you or an ally of yours hits the cursed creature with an attack, the creature has vulnerability to all of that attack's damage, and then the curse ends. So basically, I'm making it vulnerable to the next successful attack. So that is my action, and then as my bonus action, I will do what I tried to do before, and then wild magic happened, and I'm going to disappear. And so I am now invisible, and And as I'm invisible, I'm going to very slowly peel back off these thick leather gloves that are all splattered with capsaicin and put them back away. Because I am smart enough to know better.
That is the sign of somebody who has failed that perception roll before. All right, so
There are yellow spots all along her orangish fur where things have gone wrong.
things have gone wrong. Mistakes were made.
Exactly.
All right, Hisser, give me a D10, please.
That is a 1.
That is a 1. You suddenly feel the pull of magic around you. And roll me a D8 if you would.
That is a 6.
That is a 6. You use your entire movement to move as far as you can towards that rock. Suddenly, you feel the effect of whatever happened, whatever little pop of energy happened down there takes a hold of you.
Mm-hmm.
And you feel confused.
Okay. And let's see. Let me add that here.
And that is it. You kind of go stumbling out of the. You watch as Hisser comes stumbling out of the bushes, goes into the pool, and he's just kind of standing there in the water, just kind of shaking his feathers. Not sure what's going on there, but he's got the attention of the T-Rex now.
This is not at all what I expected to happen, but sure, let's roll with it.
Helga, you're up.
Roll with it.
Roll with it.
Yeah, I'll be here not all night for another hour.
You're looking at this creature that's about 70 feet away from you.
Okay, that's cool.
And
I'm
Hisser's about halfway between you and it.
Okay. I will move and dash. So I think that gets me 70 feet. That gets me right to him.
Gets you right up to him.
Mm-hmm.
Doing anything with your bonus action?
I sure am. I'm gonna do so I have studded armor and I have gloves that are also studded, so I backhand him to put him on notice for what is to come.
Okay.
Because you know, barbarians.
Yeah, you've gotten his notice now. You've gotten his attention.
Yeah. 14.
Oh, well, how are you attacking with a bonus action? I thought you were just flavorfully saying.
Oh, that's right. I can only do that after an attack, right?
After an attack, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I just do that for fun.
Would you like to rage?
Yeah, I do. You're such a good DM. So gracious. Let's all shout out for him.
I am being very nice to you because otherwise a T-Rex is going to bite you without you being raged.
That's so fair. I'm really bad at D&D. You'd think this was my first time playing. It's not.
But once again, you're excellent at puns and hugs, which are the important part.
Yes, I'm a pugger.
You're a pug.
T-Rex makes his multi-attack as he rears up and howls at you. So, first things first, it is going to swipe a tail at you as it spins around to meet you head on.
Moi?
And that is a nat 1.
Whoa.
Really?
That's because I put him on notice.
Yeah, I'm putting Lauren's company on notice. I get more than these nat 1s here.
This is how you know that the dice are fair.
They are indeed fair. That is a 25 on the bite, though.
Okay, that'll do.
So, you are going to take 33 points of damage, piercing, which is halved to 16. And you are grappled and restrained in the mouth of the T-Rex.
Oh God, I don't want the baby to see this.
You're hiding the eyes of the baby. No, don't watch.
Don't watch Auntie Helga get eaten.
Down in my bag. I'm just like, don't. You can't. Yeah.
And let's see, Hisser, you're the one that came close. Why don't you go ahead and roll me a wisdom saving throw?
That's a 7.
That is a 7. Okay, go ahead and give me a percentile.
Oh, Hisser, I barely knew thee. 27.
27. So that is going to break your confusion, as the power that was circling around you and causing the confusion. For the next minute, it centers inside of you, and all of your spells with a casting time of 1 action now have a casting time of a bonus action. The gaze of this T-Rex just kind of lit up, and it coalesced this energy all over you, and this is what happened. Could it be good? Could it be bad? Apparently, it's good this time. And the T-Rex has gone and taken its turn, which means, Theophilus, you are next.
How far away am I from Millie? Because Millie hasn't gone yet, correct?
Millie has not gone yet. You're
think
maybe about 20.
I'm last, right?
Yeah, you were last. Yeah.
Within
Don't my baby. Don't you dare.
stubby dwarven leg
Sure.
distance.
Yeah.
Perfect. I like sprint over to you. Very dangerous over short distances, we dwarves. And I get out my tiny violin and I say,
Millie, would you like to fly?
Do you think it's safe for the baby?
one way to find out. Whoopah! And I cast fly on you from my Caneth mandolin. So you have a 60-foot fly speed until I can't concentrate on that anymore.
Okay, am I in
I'm
the
gonna
air?
go hide in the brush.
Am I in the air?
Not currently.
not
You're
yet.
just kind of hovering a little, couple
Okay.
inches off the ground.
You okay, little buddy? Okay. I don't even know if you're a
He
boy.
seems fine.
I love the bond that is happening. I just
Instant
wanna say,
bond.
I love it.
He just looks up at you as he's stuffing a couple more berries in his mouth.
I think I think he's getting bigger again.
He didn't seem to grow a whole lot. It's tough to tell. Could just be that he's just got a messy face right
Maybe
now.
it's just heavy with the berries.
Yeah, maybe.
Full of
Maybe a
berries.
little bit.
Yeah, they are hardy
They are hardy.
Didn't
They are
expect
very
it.
hardy.
for berries, but they are hardy.
Which means it is now your turn.
Okay, so the T-Rex is engaged in battle with some. It's grappling.
Yeah, it's got Millie inside of its jaw, so that
Oh.
counts as engaged.
I'm
Helga.
so-
There. Oh yes, your armor does something if I grapple you.
Yeah.
doesn't it?
Yeah. I give you damage because I'm spiky.
Yep. I forgot about that. Go ahead and give me your
I
spike
did
damage.
too for a second, but I got it now. Like I said, you'd think it's my first time.
You got confused. You thought the T-Rex was giving you a hug and got excited. And then realized the
Yes.
T-Rex was giving you a hug and got excited.
I like you. Let's be friends after this.
Absolutely.
21. Wait, do I have to roll to hit? I don't roll to
No,
hit.
it just happens.
No, it just happens.
What? Okay, I'm really bad. What do I roll?
It's what a D4.
I do think
Is it-
I feel like
I
D4
think
is
it's
the
just
right thing.
3 piercing damage
3
when
piercing
something
damage,
is
yes.
grappling
To
her.
roll? I'm gonna
Yeah.
roll anyway. It was a 1.
Well, it's 3.
So let's give it 3. I just
All
like using my dice. They're cute.
So, it doesn't seem terribly bothered by it, but yeah, it's it took a little damage, bled a little bit. All right, so now it's Millie's turn. You're floating a little bit.
All right. Well, while I'm floating, I can sneak attack and shoot another arrow with my or another bolt with my short bow, right? In the air. I
You
do
can.
that?
You can shoot from advantage because you hid inside of this bush and you hid very well.
Yeah.
So you'll have
Thank
advantage
God.
on the
Look at
attack,
that.
which regardless will give you sneak attack. and then you can fly out if you wish to kind of get up in the air and away from this.
All right. Well, that roll wasn't so good. How is this roll? Oh, that roll is much better. So then +6, so 12 plus 6, 18.
That will hit.
Okay. So then I got 4d4 plus 3. You guys are gonna tell me
46.
4. That's what I meant. This guy, this shaped one.
Yep.
Can
And this is the first successful
It
attack.
is the first successful attack, so it is vulnerable to this damage. Yes.
So
All
it's
right.
going to take this. It's going to double this damage.
Yes, it is.
A 2 and a 4. That's 6.
6. Yeah.
Plus 5. That's 11.
11.
Plus 5.
That's 16.
16 plus 3 is 19.
19.
And
And
then
that doubles.
double it. So that's pretty good.
Yes, that is. It's 38 points of damage.
And then my bonus action is to swiftly fly to hide behind another bush, like it never happened.
Okay. So you fly over to a different bush 60 feet away. Go ahead and use your bonus action to do a stealth check.
I rolled a nat 20 and I'm a +9.
Oh, forget it.
Hey.
You disappeared into a different dimension.
Yeah, thank you.
Where did
I
Millie
think you
go?
showed up in the Wildmount campaign somewhere. All right.
First nat 20 of Jasper's this weekend. I'm so
Is
so,
it?
so excited. Yeah, I
Nice.
haven't rolled any 20s.
All right,
Nice.
it's time to celebrate.
Oh, he brought out the
Yeah.
This is a
soundboard.
donation, I think, right? Someone want to throw us a little...
I think somebody should throw a donation in for that. I'll even increase the wild surge for that one if it's a wild surge.
Ooh.
Come on.
So
Come on.
while we're waiting for that to happen, the T-Rex is displeased with the situation, and we go to Farnus. It is your turn.
Oh, we're back at the
Your-
top. Wow.
Yep. Yes.
I-
Somehow the rogue went last. We have no idea how.
Yeah. It's
It had
okay.
to have been the baby. It was distracting her.
Rogue just did a ton of damage. I'm happy with it. Okay, I got two
Yep.
quick questions. One, the rock in the middle of the water.
Mm-hmm.
Is this a magical thing going on that I don't like, or that I do like, or I don't know?
You don't know. It is definitely magical. It definitely seems to be the granddaddy of all of these little rocks that are doing all sorts of this weirdness going on here. This seems to be the biggin.
Okay, so it's definitely related to rocks from sky and not something that the turtles want.
Correct.
I-
He did not describe this thing to you when
Okay,
he was describing the area.
so and am I within 120 feet of it?
Yes.
I'm gonna take a chance. I would like to dispel magic on this rock.
Take a chance. Take a chance. Take a chance.
All right.
Take a chance on this
Take a
rock.
chance
So
on
go ahead and roll
rock.
your dispel.
So, if it's an effect or a spell that's of 3rd level or lower, it just happens. I only have to roll if the spell is 4th or higher. So is it 4th or higher?
Oh, hey, we got more wild magic happening. It
Ooh.
is definitely higher than 4th. Yes.
All right.
Things just got wild.
Yeah, it
I'm gonna
will.
roll.
Wild and crazy donations.
So that is
Wild magic.
that is a dirty 20, which means I can dispel anything up to 9th level.
Yep. That is.
I dispel this rock.
So, roll me a percentile.
Sure. I got a 12.
A 12. Roll me a d10.
Okay. Just keep rolling.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 2.
A 2. You grow 2 inches in height.
So now it's a bunch of 3 and 4 foot creatures, and me. Let's see, how many inches? 2 inches. I'm now 7 feet 6 inches.
And
Ooh,
You-
This is kind of nice.
you watch as this rock dims a little bit. The glow is still inside of it, but that pulsing color is not happening anymore.
do I think this needs another dispel, or do I think it's
You think you may have deactivated it or deactivated it for a time.
okay?
This might not be able to be fully dispelled, but you've definitely had an effect.
I like having effects. Okay, that's all I'm gonna do.
Yeah, okay. After that, it goes to Hisser.
Right. So Hisser, having come out of his little daze, there is immediately gonna look around a little bit and then scurry back to that bush that he was hiding behind a moment ago. And then he's gonna. You see the feathers kind of rise up on him, and breeze kind of hits the back of his neck, and he's gonna cast a lightning bolt.
Okay.
And so he needs to make a
Dex save.
Dex saving throw.
Mm-hmm. And the DC is?
12. 12.
And you're doing that as a bonus action, I assume?
Yes. That one will be a bonus action.
And you said it was DC 12?
Yes.
Yeah, he makes the save.
Okay,
So
he's gonna
half
take
damage.
Half of 21.
So 10.
10.
All right.
All right. And then as my regular action, I am going to pull out this little wand. It's basically like a little stick. And I wave it up. I kind of caw at.
Before you do your waving your stick
I need
thing.
to do my roll.
No, actually, just go ahead and roll me a percentile.
Okay.
Because you, sir, are a wild mage.
Right.
Hmm.
That's what I meant by roll. I assumed you meant rolling on the tables.
Yep.
42.
42. That is the answer to life, the universe, and everything, which means you turn into a potted plant.
Right.
You are now incapacitated and have vulnerability to all damage.
Oh dear.
Oh no.
We have
Do you
two
turn
babies
into
to.
So you
what
go
kind of potted
hold
plant do you
on,
turn into?
And all of a sudden, bloop, he's a ficus, and there's a little wand sticking out of it.
Just a
Oh, that's
ficus.
adorable.
You've really gone back to your roots. I see.
Oh.
Are T-Rexes maybe poisoned by ficuses? Is that
Maybe.
a
Maybe.
possibility?
Are you gonna
yes.
feed Hisser?
So
I'm just asking. Just
No.
question.
Yeah, research. No, it's good.
now
The age-old
we've had yet
predator.
another donation for wild magic, and so we're going to do this. We're going to do this in two fashions here. We are going to. I'm going to have Millie, since you were the one that instigated it. You roll a percentile, and then I will roll a percentile, and that means Zombie Joe's going to choose whichever one he thinks is funnier.
I am a 26.
A 26. Well, that's not nearly as funny as what I rolled. Okay, so energy just coalesces around where this bush that Millie went to go hide in, and all of a sudden, you just see about a 12-foot tall gnome just head and shoulders out of the bush. The baby is now is probably close to the size of Farnus, but so is your sack now too. So, yeah, you're a large-sized creature now.
This is weird.
You have advantage on all strength checks, and you'll do an extra D4 and any melee damage.
Okay, this is real weird, but I'm still hiding, right? Somehow.
You were, but now the bush is about half. It literally comes up to about just over your knees.
Okay, I suddenly feel very self-conscious because I'm not used to being this. I'm used to, this is weird.
It's very weird. It is.
You're at large. You're at large right now, for sure.
You're a large. Yes, you're at large. You're a large-sized creature. You're
I'm
at
more
large.
than happy to help you later get used to the large size. It's amazing.
Baby is still.
If the baby hasn't been woken up by now, then that's a very impressive baby.
I don't wanna upset it.
All right, so
It's a big baby now. So
that was Hisser's turn, and Hisser is now a potted plant, which means Helga, you are grappled and restrained,
I sure am.
which means disadvantage on any attack rolls. It has advantage on attack rolls on you.
Just a Tuesday. It's
Just a
fine.
Tuesday.
Yeah. So I have disadvantage on my attacks, you said?
Yep.
Okay.
But you could attack recklessly and remove that effect and only attack at regular.
So I know I seem like I'm a new player, but typically when the DM encourages you to do something like that, you don't do that.
Or you always do it.
Or you
One or the
always do
other.
it.
What?
Yeah.
You're my friend, Lauren. I would never. All right, I'll do that, and I'll.
All right, so it's a straight roll then.
Yep, I'll recklessly attack because
I mean, you're a barbarian. You got this.
I do.
Totally.
That's a 25 to hit.
Oh yeah, that hits.
Okay, great.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, sure,
yeah.
sure.
For sure.
That's a 13 damage. And then, now does Reckless get both of my attacks?
Yeah.
Or is it just the one? Okay.
Well, if you do the one, you might as well do the other one. So yeah.
Okay. Excellentro.
I love cilantro.
Me too. I made a Mexican gazpacho that was amazing with some cilantro.
Somehow all my streaming shows always wind up being about food. I don't know how that
I mean,
happens.
because it's good. That was a 24 to hit and
That'll hit.
11 damage.
11 damage. All right.
And then I have a bonus action. So now I backhand.
Now you backhand it.
I put him on
inside
notice.
of the mouth. Yes.
Yeah, well, it's like eating Captain Crunch when you get
Yes.
those like mouth sore. You know what I mean? Like the roof of the mouth. So I
Yeah,
was
it's
like,
like jabs you on the gum line. Yeah.
yeah. Well, I'm hoping
So
I'll
good,
annoy
but
him
it
enough. I hope I annoy him enough to have him drop me. So probably not, because that's a 9 to hit.
No, that does not hit the inside upper roof of the mouth of the T-Rex.
That should say something about my skills, really, because I'm already in his mouth, but I end
Yep.
turn.
You just apparently couldn't put him on notice after swinging so hard the first 2 times.
Yeah, he was getting mouthy with me, and
He
I
was.
was distracted.
Ugh. You know what? For those puns, I'm now going to attack you with the bite because I've got you in his jaws already. and
Okay,
no other
realistically, you were gonna get me anyway, so it's
That is
fine.
very true. It's a good thing I had advantage because one of those was a nat 1. Okay, seriously, Lauren, do something about this. Come on.
It's
All right, but the second
feature.
one is a 27 to hit, so that means it hits.
Yes.
Is that another
okay.
touchdown, Lauren?
That's,
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
That was
That's-
all me. I fixed it.
That was 33 points of damage, halved
right.
to 16, and it takes 3 points from the biting the
Yeah, that's right. Take that.
biting the shards of nachos in its teeth.
You can call me Captain Crunch.
Yep.
Don't though, but maybe.
So the tail goes swinging, and oh wait, I don't have anybody next to me, do I? Nope. I guess I have to start moving. So he starts moving closer towards. Well, there's a huge gnome that just appeared in those bushes. It starts moving that direction. It doesn't get all the way up to you, but it's moving your way. All right.
Can I still fly?
You're still flying, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm
Oh my
huge
gosh.
and flying.
You're
I'm like an
huge and
airplane.
flying, yeah.
Okay.
You are pretty epic right now.
You've literally
my
turned into
gosh.
a Japanese anime style like hero now. You're just like you grew, you're going all mecha and you're flying. Yeah, it's a whole thing.
You are small, no more.
All right, and that
I would put that
means
on my tombstone.
Sir Theophilus.
Can I see at least a little portion of Helga? Any bit will do.
Sure. There's a foot like
A
dangling
foot
out,
hanging out a little bit.
a
Yeah,
little bit.
that's a prime target for a 3rd level healing word.
Okay.
We're gonna get you for 7 hit points. He's something.
Yeah.
Uh,
okay. Roll me a 20-sider.
Oh, sure. 1.
Okay, go
Good
ahead and roll me
one.
percentiles.
Oh, sure.
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 Also a 1.
Also
Woo.
1. Oh, wait. Let me go up to the top of the order here. Roll on this table at the start of each of your turns for the next minute.
Oh dear.
Oh,
Just turned
perfect.
into Inception, I think.
So-
Yes.
That was your bonus action.
Yep. There. Inception noise cue.
Wait, do we have rights to that? Are we gonna get muted?
I don't know. We might.
I mean,
I'm
I
going
hear
to
this on a regular
viciously
basis.
mock the T-Rex as well.
All right. So, what's the save DC?
Wisdom save. DC is 14.
Ooh, makes it.
All right.
Rolled a
Well,
16 on the die.
I still call him you knackered old tit sandwich. Is what
Very
I
well.
say.
Very well.
And that is my turn.
He doesn't seem terribly insulted because I don't think he speaks your language.
Yeah.
All
that's fine.
right, which means Millie, you're up.
So I can't really sneak attack anymore, can I?
Well, so you don't get advantage on the attack roll, but because Helga is kind of threatening from inside of the mouth, you would still get your sneak attack if you'd hit.
Okay, I'm gonna try that.
All right, so you fly up to
I'm
the
in the
T-Rex.
air. I'm in the air.
Oh yeah.
That's my movement, and then I'm gonna fire, and I'm like, baby, close your eyes. I don't want you to see this. Mama's got to do some mean stuff. And then I fire, and 14 plus 6, so it's 20.
That hits.
Awesome.
So you do your full sneak attack damage.
All right.
Eat him.
6 and a 3
9,
and a 2
11,
and a 4.
15, plus 3, 18.
Nice.
Pretty consistent. It's been 19, 19, and 18 if I
And
remember.
then I'm going to use my bonus action. Is there anywhere else I could hide? Is there anything besides it, like a big rock or something?
You think you can go on the other side of the bushes and duck behind the ridge?
Okay, so disengage and go there.
Yeah. Well, you're not actually disengaging since you were firing from range. You just kind of flew up and got out of its way, moved and ducked behind the ridge.
Well, I just rolled an 18 for stealth, and I have a +9, so
Yep.
I'm successful in hiding. I
Just dive down, superhero landing. It's hell on the knees, but you're practically Iron Man at this point.
yeah,
all right.
and I've got my little baby is safe.
And so that brings us to start of the turn. Farness.
I mean, Hisser is very adorable as a potted plant, but I don't think he wants to stay that way.
Can I just dispel magic on the potted plant, please?
You don't think you can.
Ooh.
Because this is a wild surge type of a thing. You don't think that that's going to have any effect.
Do I think I know? Do I know any way of knocking him out of potted plantness?
Other than destroying him, just letting it fizzle out on its own. You do know that everything went fizzled out about the last time.
Yeah, but I also know that takes like a minute, and that's a long time in the world of fighting with a T-Rex. Okay, well, if I can't do that, I will be sad because I wanted to
Had
help
one
my
tear.
friend. Yeah, it's just like, oh, I'm sorry. Okay, then as an action, I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt on the T-Rex, and I'm going to cast it at 2nd level, so I do more damage if I hit. Let's see.
Okay.
It's a 16 to hit.
Yep.
Awesome. So that's going to be 10 plus another one of those. That's going to be 20 radiant damage.
All right.
And the next attack against it has advantage.
Disadvantage. Yep.
And
Go ahead and roll
would-
me a 20-sider, please.
Sure. That's a 3.
It's a 3. Go ahead and roll me a percentile.
Sure. That's a 87.
87. All right. You experience the freedom of flight as you launch into the air.
Well, 50-foot flying speed?
60.
We're all
60.
flying.
Awesome.
Yep.
I would like to, so I haven't moved yet, so I'm not going to fly the full 60 feet up because I like staying within 30 feet of a lot of my friends, especially the one that's currently in the T-Rex's mouth. So I will do that, and I will be done.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
'cause
you
I
stay
don't have-
within 30 feet of the barbarian who's currently in the Tyrannosaurus slap chop.
Yeah,
Got it.
there's reasons as a healer I like to stay within 30 feet of a lot of my friends.
Hisser, you're up.
So Hisser just stares in Black Orchid at everybody. Just kind of
You're very
really,
zen right
really,
now.
really moody, sitting there in his pot. So
Oh wait, and is it the end of your turn? Let me scroll back up to that number again. That was a 20 something or other.
It was 42.
Oh, it was
42,
42.
yeah.
That's
Mhm.
right.
It doesn't say
Turn it out until the start of your next turn.
start of next turn.
So-
Okay.
Oh,
Bloop, you pop out at the start of your turn, and you are no longer a potted plant.
All right. So he pops back into existence, and he looks real frazzled as his feathers are all ruffled. You know, maybe there's like his cloak is all
Still has
sideways
a little
on
bit
him
of
at this
peat
point,
moss
so-
on it. Yeah.
Right.
Now you know
Maybe
why it
there's-
was so dirty.
So I still have actions for this turn then?
Yeah. It starts.
Okay.
It's at the start
Cool,
of your
cool,
turn
cool.
that this happens.
All right. So he's starting to get a little, you just hear this "Ah!" as he's just going to do it again and pull his well, he'd started to do this before the last turn, and he's going to cast Scorching Ray at 3rd level.
Yep.
and you have advantage.
You have
Yes.
advantage since it's an attack roll. Yeah.
And do that one more. That is an 18.
That'll hit.
Okay. And that is at 3rd level, so actually that's 9 for the first one, and I think I get, let's see here. It's 3 rays of fire, so is that an attack for each ray? Yeah, attack for each ray, and then
You
because
get
at
2
3rd level I
extra,
get a
or
4.
1 extra. Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, so is that advantage on all 4 then?
Yep.
I think it's
No, just the first
Just
one.
the first one,
Yeah.
okay. It's a 6 on the second one,
6 to a hit.
6 to hit, yeah.
Yeah, that misses.
And an 11,
Also misses.
and a 19.
That'll hit.
All right.
2 out of 4 ain't bad.
And that does 6 points of damage on the second, or the last one that hits.
All right. He's not pleased about that.
Do I need to roll my 20, I'm assuming?
Oh wait, no, you're a wild mage. Just go ahead and give me a percentile. Wasn't counting on the odds on somebody playing a wild mage.
36.
36. Roll a d10.
Two.
2. You get older by 2 years.
All right. So you just see a couple of the feathers fall off of
A
him.
little graying, yeah.
So,
It's
yep.
a thing. All right. Anything else?
And did I lose the bonus action casting as well?
Nope, that's still going.
Still there? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, we're just gonna keep going with this here. For this one, we're gonna play a little bit safer. He's gonna cast Eldritch Blast with his wand.
Okay.
So
So 2
that
beams.
is 2 beams. That is a 23 for the first one,
Hits.
and an 11 for the second, which is not gonna hit.
Misses.
So that is 6 points of damage with the first beam.
All right. You've dealt some mighty damage to this creature.
And he's just gonna kind of like limp backwards, just kind of stagger backwards, trying to put some more distance between him and this dinosaur.
All right, Helga.
All right. So I'm kind of sick of being this guy's snack.
Mhm.
But I don't really think there's anything I can do about it except for attack him a lot, right?
You can either attack or you can attempt to break the grapple.
Is that a strength?
It would be an athletics check.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that because like his breath smells real bad. Like,
it is pretty rank in there. Yes.
yeah, it's not good. So I'm gonna do
You have
that.
advantage on it because you are raging.
Huzzah! So 21.
You break free.
Yeah, I do. I really should have done that a while ago.
Yeah,
All
you
right.
should have. Congratulations. So that took your action.
Yep.
It will not break your rage though because you are in the jaws of a T-Rex, and so you are going to fall out of its jaws and land on the ground, taking a non-number of 4 points of bludgeoning, which gets reduced to 2 because you are raging.
Okay.
And you have taken damage, so it will maintain your rage.
Fantastic.
But that was your action, so you've now got a move and a bonus action.
Yeah. So I'm gonna step away from him. You know what? No, I'm gonna stay here and mean mug him.
Okay. So you stay there and mean mug him. Got it.
Yep.
Which means we go to the dinosaur. So he is going to take a attack on you, attempting to bite you. That is a nat 1. I rolled my own dice because of that, and look what it did. It gave me a nat 1. So
hey, listen,
the tail...
I fixed everything on D&D Beyond for you. You could have stayed with the dice of healing.
All right, so the tail. See, there we go. You did in fact fix it for me. The tail attack hits, dealing 20 points of bludgeoning damage, which is 10 after your raging reduction. Which means, Sir Theophilus, first things first. If you're around, roll a percentile.
Sure, no problem.
Eric's like, I didn't think I was
52.
playing a wild mage.
Yeah, I didn't figure on
A
that.
spectral shield hovers over you for the next minute, granting you a +2 bonus to AC and immunity to magic missile.
Incredible. That magic missile immunity, I can feel it. Gonna come in clutch.
It would have come in clutch had somebody not dispelled the big stone in the middle of the...
Oh, fair enough. Helga, heal 12 hit points.
Okay,
Awesome.
now roll me
Healing word
a
you.
20-sided.
And then I'll roll a 20-sided. 17.
Yeah, you're fine.
All right.
We're playing the strangest characters. It's a smart cleric, and the bard is doing all the healing.
I know. It's weird.
It's amazing. I love it.
Theo is built very support. He does not want to get his hands dirty if he doesn't have to. And last but not least, another random insults. DC 14 wisdom save for a vicious mockery, please.
That is only a 12.
So I
Oh, wait,
call...
sorry, 13, but that still fails.
All right. So I call this thing a tub-thumping knob plonker.
So clearly he gets knocked down, but he gets up again.
Yes.
You called it.
No
Never
one's
gonna
ever going
keep
to
him
keep him down.
How much damage?
That's a great question.
It's 2d4?
Yeah, 7.
7? All right.
And disadvantage on the next attack.
Yep.
At
And
least on my turn.
that's your turn. Millie.
All right. I mean, listen, I think we know by now what my move is.
You're just going
I'm
to
just
spring up
gonna
and shoot him to protect the baby?
Bring up, shoot him. Yeah, listen, it's not about these people. They're fine and stuff, but really, I'm thinking
Gotta-
about my baby.
Got to protect the baby, clearly.
Yeah. So,
Also,
You have advantage on the attack.
what you've been doing works, so keep doing it.
that's good because that roll an 8, a natural 18 plus 6 is 24, so I hit him.
Yep.
And
So-
then a 2, and a 4,
6,
and a 6.
12,
I almost said 9, but I had it upside down. And then a 3.
15, 18.
Plus 3, 18.
Seriously, the most consistent rogue I've had in a while.
I think it's these new dice I got.
So,
They're very cute dice.
Miss Millie, how would you like to do this?
Hey!
You may narrate the slaying of this beast and the protection of your turtle child.
You know, it all
Annihilation.
it all feels like it's happening in slow motion, if I'm being honest. I see the arrow go through the air. It's directly aimed right here in the middle. I don't know where his eyes, I don't really
He's
know
right
what
there.
yeah. So it's just like right here, it hits him right there. And as I see it come in contact, I clutch my little baby turtle and I say, I did this for you. And
Yeah,
I
mommy.
watch him, and I watch. First thing he does, he gets hit, and you see the impact, and he's like Helga's fine now. She's been let go,
Mm.
and he kind of you see this. He lets out a noise, like it's terrifying. Again, in slow motion. So imagine it
Right.
in slow motion. And then he just goes and falls over, and the ground shakes a little. I'm flying, so I don't feel it, but the ground
Right.
shakes just a little bit as he hits with a giant thud.
So
And then I fly up, and with my arm that's not holding my baby, I fist bump in the air to my friends.
So there's a ripple of water as it kind of splashes out of the pool when this gigantic creature plummets and falls onto the ground, and you have slain this creature. You
Thanks
figure
so
out that as we are starting to get close to the end of our 3 hours here, you figure out that you have got options ahead of you. So the question is, do you want to collect up these eggs and bring them home, or do you wish to to deal with this giant stone? Now, dealing with the giant stone would be extremely difficult. Had somebody with a bag of holding not become size large. In other words, the stone will fit inside of Millie's bag of holding. If you wish
Here
to
it
do
is.
that before she goes into smaller size.
Dump it in. Come on. Gotta do this quick. I don't know how long this is gonna last. Come on, go, 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 go.
I'm perfectly happy to help as because I'm a furbolg, I can lift things and I have a
Okay.
lifting as though I am a size large. So
Between you and the barbarian, you lift it up and you get it inside of her thing. So
Close the bag of holding.
believe you cleansed it, but this bag of holding might have some issues in the near future. So you make note of that one before you hand it back to the druid in question, and you make your way down the other side.
We got the eggs, right? We got all the eggs.
Well, you left the eggs there because the eggs are now safe because you've taken this rock that was irradiating them.
But
And
I think we should we also take the eggs? No, we should take it all.
you could take it all if you want to do
Take
both
it all. What do you think, guys? Think? Take it
to be
all.
on the safe side. Millie's become very maternal all of a sudden.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think we should protect the eggs.
lots of character development in a one shot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Farnus wants to leave the eggs, but then is going to see how insistent Millie is and go,
Harness.
She's pretty
Okay.
insistent.
I trust you if you think that we need
So-
to take the eggs. Absolutely.
You collect up the eggs just to make sure, and then let them know that they can come check it out again.
They can put them back if it's
Yeah.
safe, but we don't know if it's really that safe.
Yes.
That is a very good point.
All right. So you make your way down. You hand Clothrus is like, we're just gonna take this one and put it someplace else, and he takes the bag that's got the stone in it, and
I
takes
thought
it
I had
away.
the bag with the stone.
Yeah, he takes that one from you to dispose of it so that it'll be away from everybody. The ones with the eggs, he's got some clutch people that will take it away, and they're gonna keep an eye on them until they can check it
Is
out.
that a pun? Are they clutch?
They're pretty clutch.
Yeah, clutch time. Mm.
So you
Is that a pun? Of course, it's a
wind
pun.
up getting your payment.
I am dreading this moment, to be honest, because I know what's going to happen.
Well, see, that is the question. What's going to happen, Millie? This turtle seems rather attached to you. You can choose to take it with you to surrogate this turtle.
Where are its parents? Or its parents are here, right?
So the way that turtle society works is they don't necessarily have that type of a thing. So
But
when
like, there's
those
someone
came
here
in,
who
they would
who
get assigned to
raised,
somebody.
right?
So they believe in the whole it takes a village to raise a turtle. So if it has placed itself with you, he says you do just do understand he's going to be a little bit of an odd one. So just, be careful with him.
Here's the thing. He's so I don't like kids. I've spent my whole life avoiding them. I think they're jerks. But he's really special. But with my lifestyle and my age, let's be honest, I'm an old woman. I don't think I'm the right person to raise him, and it breaks my heart. But I think he's better here with his own kind. I don't know. Why do we like berries? He really likes berries. You should know that. You should get him the berries. They're his favorite food, I think. I don't know. But, oh God. Sorry, snot's coming out of my nose. Okay,
Well, Millie, I will give you a second offer if you wish. The lifespan, or I should say the span of time in which it takes a turtle to become adult is much shorter than a rock gnome. You are welcome to stay with us if you want to spend some time here.
No, I don't want to do that. I'm just going to give you here he is. You take care of him. Give him my info. If he wants to look up his real mother at some point, he can totally reach out to me. We'll see if I'm still alive. If I want to come back and visit, if I happen to be in an assignment out this way, I'll totally say hello. But I just, emotions are not great for me, to be honest. I'm better when I am cold and unfeeling. So.
All right. So he pays you. He pays you your due.
Thank you.
And he offers to open up a tree to transport you back to Port Nyanzaru, where you can find additional work or just simply vacation, as you've now got some disposable income on your hands.
Millie, before you go, did you name him?
I didn't think that I should name him though, huh?
If you think a name, I mean, the last little gift before you go might be nice. He can remember you by.
I'm gonna name him Captain.
Captain? Okay.
Captain Jack.
Captain Jack. Yeah. Nice.
Hey, little buddy. I look at the baby. Little buddy. Oh. Hey, we shrunk it down. We're still big. What?
No, you're shrunken down now.
Okay. Little buddy. Normal size. Little buddy, it was nice to know you. And listen, I want you to stand up for yourself. I want you to learn to be a great fighter. You don't take crap from anybody, all right? And be kind, but only if it feels right. Got it? Can you high five?
Yeah, high fives. And then he puts out his hand like this. He puts out his hand to hand you something.
Oh.
And he drops a couple berries in your hand.
Oh.
They were really good berries.
Good berry.
They were good berries. And with that, the druid opens up the tree to port you back to Port Nyanzaru.
Can I get a final hug?
Very well. And he gives you one final hug.
I'm going to stay because I still wanted to learn about all of the peppers that they've got here.
Oh, yes. He will let you stick around to discuss the gardens, and he will get you back at your nearest convenience.
Wait, maybe we should all hang out and just have dinner or something before we leave. Aren't you hungry? We did a lot of fighting.
Are you going to do this delay thing for the next couple weeks just to watch the baby?
I'm pretty sure that she's going to, find some excuses. But
and we all spent every day.
It's chilly.
Well, if Farnus is gonna stay, if we're all leaving, but if Farnus is gonna stay, then I mean, we might as well listen. I bet they'll pick up the tab. We might as well get a free round of drinks and food, right?
My passive insight is a 17, so every morning when we wake up, when Millie comes up with some new excuse to stay, Farnus will just agree with whatever she says and say, "You're absolutely right. I would be more than happy, whatever you need." And we'll just stick around just long enough for this turtle to become a grown turtle until she gets bored.
And but also during this time, I have a sneaking suspicion your collection of hot sauces is going to grow, and you might find yourself selling a lot.
absolutely. I mean, the selection that I've had here has been great, and now she is completely splattered with all sorts of capsaicin.
Either that or she's going to
bleaching.
start a talk show that involves, eating hot wings before
Interviewing,
each
yeah.
question. Yeah.
Oh, don't mention
So-
the wings in front of Hisser.
I mean, I do have sending, so I can interview people from 25 words away. That would be great.
Yeah, and you just have to use them some tree walking or whatever to get them the hot sauces. It'll be fine. It'll work out.
It's fun.
Absolutely.
Everything's fun.
All right. Well, thank you all for joining us on this wild ride with literally the most character development I've ever seen in a 3-hour one shot.
Well, and Sir Theopolis had a successful adventure in Chult,
Yeah,
so
he did.
now
Didn't die.
yeah, and Hisser has all of this wild magic. Hisser's gonna go off and
Right.
Had we had more time, there was 8 more rounds that he was going to be rolling surges.
jeez, yeah.
But yeah, I knew we were towards the end of our end of our time. So luckily he didn't explode in the middle of the group and wind up torching the baby. So
You did become a ficus, which is amazing.
Right.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
So you can't leave that story behind.
No.
Leave.
that happened.
That was a treat.
All right. Well,
Agreed.
thanks for the game, everybody. Well played.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Great
This
job
is
running it.
amazing.
Thank you for all the donations.
Yeah, thanks for the donations. And who's everybody? There's other games going on, right? Does anyone
There-
want to talk about the other games they're doing?
Our other games, I don't remember what the schedule is, to be honest
Yep,
with
there's another game on this channel. I believe at 10:30.
10:30.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'll be
And-
in that one.
Yeah.
There you go.
And then there's,
Ooh,
I believe
Sir
there's another one.
Theopolis, Danforth, Pemberton the third.
No, playing a different character where people can
Oh.
donate to make us change our accent.
Nice.
So watch that because it's gonna
Let me
get
just
buck
say-
wild.
Koistra is the greatest at accents. Honestly,
Okay.
I never know who I'm gonna wake up to. He has the weirdest voices. It's wonderful. Watch that one.
That's both a good and a bad thing. I think.
It is.
Right.
It gets weird.
If you want all of the information on all of these awesome games that are still going on all weekend, I suggest just going to twitter.com/Jasper's Game
Jasper's
Day.
Game Day. Yes.
Follow
definitely.
Jasper's Game Day. Go see all of the awesome games. It has the link to donate to all of those amazing games, and for future stuff.
Yes, and there's other channels that are running other games at the same time as well, and you can donate to them throughout the year because it is an excellent cause, and we as players and DMs fully support it. So
We have the one that Eric mentioned coming up here with Drop the Dice, the DM, and then
Yep.
Michael Sinclair is DMing over on Thread Raiders. Both of those start at 10:30. So
there you go.
Heck yeah.
thanks for supporting everybody.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Where can we find everybody real quick if people want to follow anybody?
Oh yeah. Why don't we start off with well, all right. My Twitter handle is obviously ZombieJoe, zombie_Joe, and I DM Tuesdays over on 20 Sides to Every Story, where we play 3 Fae, a dwarf, and a pizza place, where they try and build a pizza place in the zombie apocalypse.
Amazing.
I love that.
Let's go around the table again. Lauren, how about you?
Hi, I'm Lauren Urban. I'm the community manager for D&D Beyond. You can find me on Twitter as OboLauren, and you can find me wherever D&D Beyond is sold. Look, I even have a T-shirt.
Yay! All right, Melody.
I am on Twitter, but not great at it, so I'll get better. At Melody Joy Joy. And I also am wearing a T-shirt, not actually related to anything, but I like it.
I love that
That's
T-shirt.
related
Um,
to it's related to the latest Trevor Project donation thing, I believe.
Absolutely.
I say
Eric
I believe as I
just
have 3 in
buys-
my house.
Eric buys me things. I don't know. This was one of the gifts, so
Yep, it is pretty awesome. I bought one for me, my son, and my grandson. So, yep.
wonderful.
shirt.
Thank you for filling in my gaps.
Next up, Megan.
So I'm Megan Duffy on Twitter. You can find me at the Megan Duffy. I quoted Melody's tweet about being small no more. Is like my favorite because it's my favorite quote. On Instagram, I'm a teacup human. It's like I'm a teacup person, like a teacup poodle, but a person. And then you can hear me on the Horror D&D podcast Fear Initiative that was started by Blumhouse. We usually stream live on Mondays with new episodes coming out on Thursdays. And then I'm an actor, and my next project is a film called The Reenactment that I star in opposite Tony Todd, who's the Candyman if you're into horror.
Ooh.
So be on the lookout for that. I'm really excited about it.
Excellent. And then Eric.
Yeah, so Eric J. Coistro, or EJ Coyboy on Twitter, also in the chat for Twitch, director of events for Jasper's Game Day, also founder for No Holds Barred, and Theo is right here. There he is on my shirt. So that was from Bardacon last year. Obviously, physical events have been a no-go this year with COVID, but we are looking forward to hosting more events in the West Michigan area next year with No Holds Barred. It's been a blast to play with you guys, and we're only $470 away from 20,000,
Nice.
which is going to double our initial goal of 10K. So thank you guys so much for all your generosity and donating to this incredible cause. We love all of you.
Many accents next game session, I can tell.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Dwight.
Somebody just hearing that you're doing that.
And Dwight,
Yeah,
lead us
I'm
out.
Dwight. I'm the Big Bearded Nerd over on MTD. If you search a Big Bearded Nerd on Twitter or Twitch, whatever, you're going to find me. You can find me Monday nights at MTD Mini Terrain Domain, where I play Bevan Wiseacre and All That Glitters. I get to do some accents on that one as well. And then on alternate Monday nights, Jake and I do Beards and Brushes, where we paint minis and we talk about things. And I'll be launching my my Big Bearded Nerd Twitter here or Twitch here in a couple of weeks with a solo painting show and my own D&D game. So I have had such a blast playing in this game tonight and just being involved with Jasper's all around. Again, I helped produce the game week back in May. It looks like we're doing similar numbers, probably going to even surpass our take from May, which is just amazing. This community absolutely blows me away with its generosity and the support that we provide this great charity. And just thanks to Aaron and Fenway for all that they do, putting all this together. I know the work that goes into these events, and I'm glad I'm not doing it this time around and just playing. But just thank you to everybody that's, to Joe, to Daddy Warbucks, to everybody. The Thread Raiders have been amazing on putting this stuff together. Just thank you to everybody for all that they do. And thank you to everybody that hung out in chat and played with us. It's always a blast to play in this community, and I look forward to doing it some more. So.
Awesome. And with that, I think that leaves us done. And so Mr. Daddy Warbucks can go ahead and take us off the air until the next game starts.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.